Hello and welcome to Blood and Song. I am Johnny, your DM, and tonight I am joined by Becki, who plays Seed, Brad, who plays Octavius, Ryan, who plays Ripper,
Hello,
Dan, who plays Lack,
Hello,
Sean, who plays Six,
Hello.
and Christine, who plays Faeza.
Last.
Christine, boo.
I was late.
Is that the first last?
No, this is a second late.
Christine was too busy out celebrating her birthday the entire week. Is what
Today. Recovering.
Still recovering, yeah.
No, it was great actually. I feel I had a lockdown birthday yesterday, and I know there's some people who not last year, sorry, and I know that there's loads of people who've had like two lockdown birthdays, so it's not always fun. But and there's still restrictions, but I went to see my gran and I had a hug, and it's legal. It's been very hard explaining to her why we've not been allowed to do it. She just, she's been in her home all the time, so she's like, why not? You're like, oh, sorry. And then I went to on Saturday we went to a pub and we sat indoors. It didn't matter what the hell the weather was doing. It was amazing.
What was that like? Tell me of this pub.
It's a special place. These magical beings appear and they ask you what you want to drink. You have to give them
How
money.
sticky are the floors? Tell me they're very sticky.
Not in the pub I went to.
Do they just all smell like urine?
I imagine Christine goes to classy pubs,
Well,
guys.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I should ever go down the pub if you guys invite me. Where
I don't know. Everyone bangs on about loving a dive bar, don't they? But I don't think those people have actually ever been to an actual dive, proper dive bar, to tell them that they like them.
So something I'm sure Dan will identify with is years ago when I was a touring musician and I was on what was affectionately known as the toilet scene. If you've ever been on the live scene as a musician, you know the toilet scene, and it is exclusively bars like that, and it was hell. I love a bit of reconstituted woods, local ale, maybe a cheese and a chutney.
The old chutney. Chutney is how it's pronounced.
Chutney. Yeah, absolutely no fucking dive bars for me, please. They're bullshit.
Anything where I have to go downstairs to get there, I'm not interested now at this age. Like I was when I first got to London. Any bar where you have to go downstairs.
There's a good gin bar near where I live where you have to go downstairs. It doesn't have a top floor, so you have to go underneath. Right. Okay. And that is actually worth going down the stairs for, I have to say.
All right.
But that's the exception.
Speakeasy type environment.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
The exception. Yeah, fair
enough. Is that our limit?
That's the quickest
flight of stairs?
That was the quickest backpedal I've ever seen.
He's got me. He's got me. Dan's got me. He was fully right. And I.
To be fair, it's gin, so he couldn't say no.
I'm a proud man to say I was wrong.
If you want to weaken Sean's resolve, just gin, essentially, isn't it?
Yep. I do love a gin bar. Yeah, that is true.
Talking of weak resolve,
we can do that now.
It's true.
Yeah, who's this?
I don't know. That's as far as I got, and I'm like, oh no.
Speaking of weak resolved,
let us. If you have the weak resolve to have broken quarantine rules, don't tell us about that. But if you have the nice strong resolve to book in to a pub, let us know on our socials what your favourite pub is to go and play some games, or like a board game bar or something like that. You can find us at Blood Song Party on Twitter or Blood and Song on Facebook and Instagram, and let us know what is your cool local board game bar that you might meet up with your friends.
Come up
to
with
play
a cocktail.
Board game bar.
Board game bar.
There
are some. Yeah, there is
a lot of them, Brad.
A lot of them.
God, not near here for sure.
No, it's a very London thing, Brad.
Yeah.
I had my birthday at a skate bar, didn't I, near Stratford, which is a board game bar. That was great. And they had arcade machines as well.
Yeah.
And there's Ludicrous in Croydon near me and Sean, which is a really cool little place. So
we went to do one for my stag do, didn't we, Sean?
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Maybe we should all come up with a cocktail that is based on our character, and then next time we all see each other,
White Russian without the vodka.
The Virgin White Russian.
Yeah.
That's so Octavius as well.
It is, isn't it?
Boring and white. What we
Yeah, but it would be gold top, wouldn't it? It would be full cream, wouldn't it? Don't you think with Octavius?
Yeah,
yeah. Bit of froth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
yeah,
I would take
exactly,
umbrage
go
at the
from.
full white. It'd be sort of like olive milk or something weird, because obviously
Yes,
from
that is
Chinella.
true. Yeah. I think Six would be more like he'd be more like a sort of tall beer, or he'd be like one of those craft beers that
You
comes
wish.
in a wine bottle, wouldn't he?
Like a carling.
Get
It's
out.
pronounced Carling.
Carling.
He'd be a craft beer that when you pop it, there's like sediment at the bottom, and you've got to pour it in a particular way, and all the
Roll
yeast
it.
forms a different way.
Gotta
Yeah,
roll
it's
those
one of
balls.
those.
I'm
Well,
just saying,
in
if
actual
there's
fact,
sediment
it's
at the
just
bottom,
beer,
it's
right?
not been set right. Do you know what I mean? As a guy who drinks far too much craft beer or ale, as we like to call it.
We know a couple of people who brew their own beer, and they love anything with the sediment at the bottom. It apparently is like it's like gold dust on the circuit of
Man,
brewers,
filter that
because
shit
the
out.
yeast, it's something to do with the yeast that ferments as you open it, something like that. I'm not an expert.
No, I think
Really?
I think Taj has got it right. A kingfisher or a cobra.
For Six,
Yeah,
all right, fair
Six,
enough. I'll
yeah.
take that. I felt like it was more like a beer than he would be a cocktail, is what I'm saying as well. You know, or maybe there's a lime, a wedge of lime on the end. I'm not sure.
It's
You know?
definitely
Just-
gone too far. It was a nice idea, but now we've definitely.
I feel like
peaked.
there's been a definite tangent.
just because you're tea, just because Faeza's tea. all right?
Basically, yeah. You put the alcohol in,
An
she's on the
Irish
floor.
tea. Yeah.
She wouldn't know what's going on.
I love that our cocktail party descended into milk, tea.
Milk and beer.
Milk tea and
beer
beer.
and tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Oh, we are rock and roll.
Ripper's
What's
a
Ripper
cocktail.
be?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but he is a cocktail.
Well,
Yeah.
some of that.
Yeah.
All of
There's
the
at least
colours.
two of those words.
And
What's
an
the
umbrella.
one that has three
Very
different types of booze in it, and it's
Well, it'd
really
be something
strong?
that's very fruity, wouldn't it?
With a
Yeah.
sparkler. It just would have a sparkler in it.
Yeah.
Maybe
One of
like
those ones
a-
that you light and just goes everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Or
I
the
think
one with the
it'd be like
passion.
those
Was it
tequila
called passion fruit
sunrise,
in it?
tequila sunrise or something like that. That's got the
Yeah,
different layers.
that's it. A tequila sunrise, something like that. Yeah, or the one with the passion
Okay.
fruit.
I
in it.
will endeavour to make as an ex mixologist. I will endeavour
did
to
you
Works
make
at Weatherspoons, by the way. Works at Weatherspoons. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to do that.
I always thought mixologist is what DJs call themselves to try and sound cool as well.
No,
I'm
no,
a
no.
mixologist.
Mm-mm.
Is there? It
The
was. It's in
stickiest
the.
of flaws.
Yeah, Weatherspoons, the stickiest of floors. I think that was actually the slogan
Yeah.
at one point. But yeah, so I will endeavour to make some kind of Ripper-based cocktail, and I shall share it on our socials, which is Blood Song Party and Blood and Song at Facebook and Instagram.
Nice.
Moving to something a little bit more wholesome than hacky cocktails.
What type
and
of bread would you be?
decadent,
Is that what we're going to do?
decadent first world luxury? The good thing about decadent first world luxury is it enables us to do some amazing things. Dan.
Ah, yes. Speaking of mixing, I was recently mixing and arranging a charity song, which I think I mentioned last week, and it's finally been released this last Thursday. We released "It Means Beautiful" from Jamie. Everybody's talking about Jamie the musical, but we gave it an Indian arrangement to raise awareness for the COVID crisis going over in India. And it's out there on YouTube now. I think hopefully the link has just popped up in Twitch. So you can go and enjoy 3 minutes of some extraordinarily talented people doing amazing stuff. But hopefully that will encourage you to maybe click the link that's in the YouTube and also in our Twitch to donate, even if a little bit. And that's been a tough year for a lot of people, but it's probably a little bit tougher out there. So, I mean, every little pound helps.
Both links will also be in the descriptions below.
Thank you
after
very
the
much.
video's finished.
And we did share it on Twitter as well.
Yeah,
earlier
and
this
I think
week,
I'm going to
so-
push it a lot. Hopefully, we're going to get a bit more press. We're looking to maybe be on the BBC this week. So we're really excited about being able to help, because I feel totally powerless, and like arranging a song and making it sound nice feels so like useless compared to. But if it can get some money across, we wanted to. Our target's 50,000, and I think we've raised 40,000 already. So I'd really like to like overshoot that by quite some distance. So I mean, our 6 listeners at the moment, if you can get it out to 6 more people and keep going like that, that'll be amazing. So yes, thank you, Johnny, for giving me that time.
Hey, no, thank you for doing it. It's India is very close to a lot of us, with 4 of us being family tied to India, and just being good humans, caring about other humans in the world. It's really important to do something. So thank you for doing that. And as a fellow muso, was a really lovely arrangement.
It's
as well.
beautiful.
You were watching, going, oh,
Yeah, it was cool.
Really is
I was
incredible.
expecting that it. I was not sure what to.
You're going to have to do that smile and nod. Oh
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
But it blew me away. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Thanks, man.
the best
the
thing
talent.
about the piece, other than obviously the horrendous good it's doing in the world, which is actually the best thing.
Yeah, that's
But the cool thing amongst us was, obviously, I'm sure people are aware, we all have side chats and things, and we text. Dan and mine side chat is a constant listening of odd music and just musical compliments. And this was essentially both of us sharing reaction gifs to just how fucking good the Bansuri was.
Oh god, yeah. Tamor, and we also had another guy called Andy. We had two Bansuri, the Indian wooden flute. On the video, you can see and we didn't use all the stuff he gave us. And at one point, he went total Ron Burgundy Yaz flute on us for like 2 minutes. Just like, I was like, I don't even know what to do with myself here. So I just sat down and enjoyed a concert. It was amazing, absolutely amazing, real privilege.
Talking of privilege, I've nowhere to go with that.
We're about to go D&D. That's privilege.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to go there. So, shall we?
Well,
These are getting worse
what
every
about,
week, aren't they?
There was just one more thing, wasn't there? About
Oh, yes.
One more thing, yeah.
Talking of
Isn't it?
privilege,
Bank
we've all been
holiday.
locked in for a long time. But somewhere we like to go when the world is open and the world is good is theatres. I'm rambling. Becki, help me out.
No.
So yes, some of you may have been following our special episodes that have been coming out over the bank holidays, and with this upcoming Monday being another bank holiday, we will once again be showing the finale, in fact, of the adventure we've been doing based in the Smog Theatre. So for those of you who've already seen it, you will know that the cast came up with some really cool variety acts that they had to do as D&D characters, while also battling the strange happenings going on backstage in a theatre. So if that sounds up your street, then you can either catch just the last part or catch up on all of the other parts. And yes, it'll be going out this Monday.
I'm very excited to see it again because it happened long enough ago now that I've almost forgotten it. And then every time I watch the live ones, go,
Yeah.
oh, that was such fun.
We enjoy it as audience members, don't we? Basically,
We do.
all over
It's
again.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Wonderful
you'll be able
work by Becki DMing as well. It's real privilege to sit back and just be a player and be well guided through a very fun adventure.
Yeah.
And also, you can, like I say, you can catch up on Twitch or YouTube to catch up on parts 1 and 2. And we'll be putting loads of links, and there's also some links to some stat blocks for the characters we were playing, just in case you might have forgotten a little bit about them. They're on our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, so you can do a little bit of just a reminder jog. But some of the cast will be on the chat live
handful of
as
us will
well
pop along if we can
during the broadcast, so you
chat
can
along.
really let us know what we think. Well, we go, oh, I wonder what happens next, because we can't remember.
I mean, fact. And I love how well we're working together on this intro. I think it's really important for people to work together well, especially when facing insurmountable odds. Bradley, roll. Hello and welcome back. So let's have a recap. This seemingly never-ending dungeon is nearing its end as our party have traversed slime, mould, jellies, mysterious tapestries, even a trap winged figure who they freed after dodging an Indiana Jones boulder, and they've uncovered a little bit of a history of this place. And so pushing on, they had to run as a strange, I mean, I don't really want to say like a massive shadow dragon type thing, but a massive shadow dragon type thing chased them through the halls. After following their new friend, ally, savior, into a large room, Lack dropped the door onto the creature's head, severing it. They found themselves in a large empty chamber where they had some altercations with this stranger, who was so tired, but still led them to an older armory, where they found some various knickknacks, including an interesting glaive that Ripper claims. Sitting down and falling asleep, the figure told them that they had almost reached the end, and they had but to walk down the last corridor, and that's where we're picking up. What would you like to do?
I think I said I'd followed him. I need to save my countrymen, and I can't dally here whilst people die. And I walk off.
Faeza's going to have a very cursory glance, I guess, around the armory to see if there's anything useful other than the glaive. Are you muted?
Sorry, I'm on a slightly different setup tonight, folks, because I'm in the middle of moving house, so things aren't quite where I like to have them. So what you'd found in there, other than the glaive, is you find several weapons that are filled with, that are kind of like swords, strange kind of curved swords, that are made of what looks like a black rock.
Can I look at it? Can I look at it a bit closer? Would I know
Make
if
an
it's
investigation
obsidian?
check.
Because we've seen the obsidian walls and stuff, haven't we?
You have. You would know at a glance it is clearly obsidian.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
No.
Faeza's being
much
stupid.
more.
Faeza's being stupid. It's just goggles fogged up.
1 plus, because natural 1 don't count in ability checks.
Oh yeah, that's true. What was it? Investigation 7.
Yes.
That's
7.
all right.
So with a 7, it's a pretty sharp obsidian sword. It looks quite brittle.
Okay.
Yes, we've noticed weapons like this before, right? So can Six pick up one, pang it to just see if it's going to break apart, see if it's like a sort of more of a relic than a usable weapon.
You pick up one and you pang it against the wall. Just make me an athletics check.
We found some glass ones before that were really brittle.
That is 15 for your athletics check.
So you kind of pang it once, twice, and on the third time, it shatters.
Okay.
You get the feel like
abandon.
It might be alright for a couple of hits, but past that, who knows?
Fair play. Are there any arrowheads or anything like that, or any arrows or anything like that in there?
There don't seem to be.
Okay, fair enough. I think there's nothing much of use in here really. Perhaps we if everybody's ready.
Lack's going to taken himself around the corner while everyone's searching the armory, and he's just going to sit again. He drops quite easily, like that thing kids can do, where they just drop into spaghetti legs, as my little boy likes to call it. and then opens the box, puts it, and he's getting more and more brazen with it this time. So now he's opening the box, and he's got both hands on the shard. Is it pulsing?
It is not.
Interesting. But he's reaching out to see if there's anyone or anything that wants to communicate with him as they get closer and closer to this sort of climactic moment.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 19.
No.
Fine. Then he'll shut the thing and tie it firmly to him with his belt.
I wanna
stand up just as easily as he sat down. Ready.
I'm gonna go after Octavius and just sort of slow him a little bit. Be like, "Look, Octavius, I understand you want to help your countrymen, but rushing in there is not going to be the best thing for all of us. We need to make sure that everybody's prepped, ready, so that we can all go in there as one unit. You know, as a soldier, you wouldn't just run into battle without planning something, would you? Especially as a scout.
Oh, I understand that, but the angel's already walked off ahead of us.
Isn't he slumped in the room, isn't he? Slumped.
So
Yeah, I
he'd
think
walked
he's
out
done.
into the bigger room, and he had walked into one of the corners and sat down, saying that he could go no further.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought he said he walked on.
No, from last session, he'd said that he'd reached the point of exhaustion helping you.
I guess Ripper's gonna try and study this weapon, see if he can attune to it.
Make an investigation check to have a look at it. To attune, we'll take a short rest, which will take 1 hour.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
For a
Hey.
total of
20.
well, for a total of 20. Okay, with your 20, what you find out is that the large bronze glaive seems incredibly sharp, and along the darker handle, you can actually see repeating one of the sigils that had been on the door.
Is it the same one that is tattooed upon my skin?
It is not.
Double god touch.
So the one that it is, as I attempt to find the thing what I done need right now. That's completely the wrong thing. There we go. I'm just going to show this to you in Foundry.
Sure.
So it is on the second row from the bottom at the far right. You see it looks like a hanging hook and then an upright hook joined by a horizontal line. It is the left-hand size of that image, so it looks almost like a triangle that kind of curls into a spiral.
Like a lantern being hung from the ceiling.
A little bit like
of this triangular place.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Six is just sort of he's watching everyone now and everything. He's trying to stay further back, which is not normally what he would do. He would normally sort of go up front, but at the moment, there was quite a frosty encounter at the end of the last episode. So he's still, I think it's that sort of, when you get the hot head, and like that's the best way I can describe it, the old hot head. And it's like a sort of, but for a soldier or a trained person, I think the flip switch is to become hyper alert. So like for a normal person, you can go either way, can't you? It can give you the fog of anxiety and sort of confusion. But for a soldier, he's dropped into a sort of alert mode. And he's just trying to take in as much information as possible. What does this the angelic figure, what's he doing currently? Are we still in the same room as him still, or have we moved on?
Essentially the corridor to the armory is a very short walk away. It's not hard to walk back into the main room and see him. He is slumped in the corner of the room in vision of all your dark sights, in dark vision, sorry, and he just seems to be huddled, wings kind of wrapped around a little bit.
Okay. Faeza's gonna, if we have to take a short rest for Ripper to attune, then Faeza's going to take a short rest, and Christine's going to roll some hit die just to get some points back. If that's all right with you.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good thing to do.
Are we going to take a short rest?
Octavius is
I
going to
think
pace
so.
for like 10 minutes before sitting down and meditating.
I'm going to go and sit with the angel then.
Okay.
And speak in Celestial. Winged One, is everything okay?
I am tired, my child. I have not exerted myself for many, many cycles.
Is there anything I can do to help refresh you?
Alas, even those of us who served the gods need time to rest.
Everyone needs rest.
I thank you for your interest.
And Lack's going to put his hands over his over the angel's forehead and eyes, and then over his own, and then clasp sort of wrists and hands with both arms, and then sort of bow and move away.
Kellenar, well, make a perception check. Or an insight check, sorry.
Okay. Ah, that was awful. 9.
It's hard to read Kellenar. He's the first of these figures you've met. He seems much the same as he's been since you've met him, really.
I will say, if there is nothing else I can do far more for my friends. I will take my leave.
Please.
It has been a pleasure.
Kill whatever is in there. It is vital that Belion does not corrupt the world further, and that Lurien pays for his crimes.
Without dropping a beat, he looks the angel straight in the eyes and says, "It's what I'm trained to do." And then turns and walks.
What's everyone else doing during this rest then?
Seed is going to find a quiet corner somewhere that they hope wouldn't be particularly observed, and open up the little pouch that they carry and start counting up the bones inside their pouch.
Okay, everyone else make a perception check if you are around. Lack is currently busy. Octavius is pacing.
I'm trying to study the glaive.
So it would be Faeza and Six who are kind of paying attention.
11 on the
18.
perception check.
About 18.
So, Seed, you can roll a sleight of hand.
15.
Faeza, you notice Seed being secretive.
Okay. Faeza's gonna wander over because Faeza's got a history with Seed of knowing a little bit, not why, but knows a bit about the bones. So she's gonna go and see if she's all right. Hello. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I know no one's really sort of everyone's in their own little space. Am I all right to sit with you for a little while we're gathering, or do you want some time? It's okay. I can go somewhere else. It's all right.
No, it's fine. It's only that since we've been moving through the dungeon, obviously, well, the temple, it's been. The thing is, Faeza, I'm a little bit worried. I had to use some of my bones earlier when I took a little bit of damage. And I don't have very many left.
Oh.
And the thing is, I know there are a lot around here, but I mean, you've seen them.
No.
They all... We know that they seem to be very damaged, and there seems to be a lot of things that have happened to them, and I just feel like if something goes wrong...
Yes. No, I think I wouldn't... I mean, I don't know. I know, but I know they go inside you, and as a mechanic, I wouldn't put a damaged anything inside something I'm trying to fix that I care about. If I found a damaged gear, I wouldn't put it inside of Toots. So no, I think you're very right. Don't do that. It's not good. But yes. But yeah, I wish I had something to help you, but I don't.
It's all right. It's just it's so difficult, I feel like I can't carry very many because it doesn't feel like the right sort of thing to do, but gosh, I really wish I brought more in.
Yeah, that's okay. And Faeza's just not gonna probe anymore, which is a bit unusual because Faeza's someone who asks a lot of questions, but with Seed, she's like, no, it's just Seed. That's my friend. Because the one time that she I don't know, she's not probing. There's not even a little twitch of curiosity going on. Seed, if if we get out of here, what do we do afterwards? I've been thinking about it a little because we're a strange group. I like our group. It's a very good group. Everyone's very friendly. But I don't. Once we cure the plague, will you leave? Do you go somewhere?
Well, I was thinking ever since we spoke to Ignis, and he told us that, he'd actually met Hawthorne and, had maybe an idea of where he went. And was it my centaur?
Yeah,
who was traveling with you as well? And I suppose, I don't know, I guess it seemed logical to me to maybe try and find them.
Faeza's looking a little bit awkward and a bit sheepish now. She's like, well, I mean, he said that my centaur and Hawthorne were together, which is really strange. I've been looking for my centaur for, well, gosh, about 10 years and 4 months on my own until the last few weeks when we've been traveling. And I wondered if after this, did you want to travel together to go and find them? I don't know. I don't want to impose.
No. It wouldn't be imposing at all. I love that. I don't want to travel around on my own anymore. Yeah, I think we should definitely do that.
That would be great.
Cool. Hey, did someone just say my name? I just heard someone say my name. Faeza, was it you? I heard my name really clearly. Someone's like, Ignis. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Well, I mean, you said, before that you'd met my centaur and Hawthorne talking together, and that you'd help them get into the library and to the archive.
Repository. I heard you guys get into the repository. It seems like I just let anyone in there. Who knew? Well, big magical secrets. I just let anyone in.
That it's friendly of you, which is good.
Let you into a little secret. I don't really like authority very much. I think it's bullshit.
I mean, I don't know if I'd use that word, but yeah, people with authority, it's a bit, yeah, I don't understand where they get, but it's fine. It's all right. Well, I guess, last time we asked you about this, you didn't know why they were together, did you?
I didn't bother asking, if I'm honest. It didn't seem very interesting.
Okay. She
but
was
you know what?
Bit, so.
I kind of wish I had, because you guys are really, you're weird. But in, a good way, you've got all kinds of weird shit going on. You've got the big guy over there, and he's mostly naked, and I don't really know how he's not very cold a lot of the time, but he seems to be okay. And
all a state of mind.
It's a state of something, I'll tell you that. And you've got, Octavius, and he's doing his quiet, broody thing. I don't really understand it. I think he just needs to have a drink and loosen up. But, he's so good. Then you've got the brothers Dim over there, who is running around and oh, we're so dramatic all the time. Look at us. Oh, we're so strange. But I'm fucking red and I've got horns and I'm not as weird as them.
I'm red as well. Hey. I don't have horns, but it's
not ones you can see anyway. There's 6. Not horns you can see anyway. He says, but just under the radar, so that maybe it's not picked up by everybody.
Ignis says, I literally have no idea what that means. I literally, and I'm the smartest guy I know.
That's good. At least you know you'll get.
You're pretty smart, Faeza. One day, you might be as smart as one of my kneecaps. Honestly, you could really do well.
Do you think so?
You're very clever. Yeah.
Oh gosh. That would be great. Okay. And she's actually genuinely believes that Ignis is very clever. She takes him a lot of what he says.
And see your music. It's been great. It's so nice to relax to something that's not, just scholars arguing all the time. Because those guys, it's fucking boring. Just nag. Who died when? I'm like, shut up. Get into a tomb. Smell the dust. Feel the slime,
Do you like slime?
I can't fucking stand it. It's awful. But I'm here. And we're alive, and that's great. I love it.
Okay. That's great.
Anyway, I'm gonna have a quick nap, because I'm wired, but I'm really tired, I don't want to ever get that. Wired, but tired.
Yes. No, I understand that. That makes perfect sense. I get that.
Constant state of feeling.
But Ignis kind of looks around while Scatling goes, "Ah, Toots, you son of a bitch, come over here. I know your lady is rude, but it's cool. We cool. And just goes and sits by Toots and starts just talking to her like you assume a cat.
I was going to say, can I so while this is going on, Six is like just skimming stones. He's like just not loud enough to maybe draw the ire of any sort of monsters, but
Oh, really? Make a sleight hand check. Let's find out.
The sleight of hand check is it's 13.
Gandalf appears as a
Foolish talk.
This is not mine.
That's awesome.
This is a tool.
Just sort of, he wants to be writing in his book or something, but he's just not there. He can't do it. So he's just sort of tossing rocks around. I sort of like the idea that, as long as you don't mind, Christine, during that period of time before Toots goes over to Ignis, Toots can maybe wander over to Six. Six wouldn't wander over to Toots, but maybe he sort of gives off the aura that he might need a little bit of animal company or something, you know.
Toots is pretty
perceptive to that sort of stuff.
She'd probably head over if she thinks you're all right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Because I think he'd probably quietly address Toots and sort of go, "What do you think is in there for us?" And he gestures to the door that the angel figure has suggested that they go through.
Toots looks over and looks back. Toot.
Can I govern anything from that? Is there something that I could...
Faezes has built in that Toots is able to shrug if she needs to.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. And Six sort of goes. He's got quite a defeatist attitude for a moment. He goes. I am trying. So few of them have smelled death. There's a difference. I'm worried. He takes a moment. He gestures to the angel type figure, and he goes, "Toots, what do you think of this thing over here? What do you think of this thing?" And he waits eagerly to get Toots's response.
Faeza, make an insight check for Toots.
Toots. I need to look up her. 2 secs.
He's almost like trying to find the voice of reason. It's like he's really sort of fishing to try and find someone who's, he feels.
I love that Toots is becoming the camp counselor for everyone.
Yeah. 14 plus twice my person. She's got 20, dirty 20.
Looks over at Kalanar, cocks her metal head, looks back at you. Toots.
I don't know what Six expected, but I think he feels slightly more comfortable at that, considering that Toots Six would regard Toots as being a good judge of character. I think I just put it that way. So, for some reason, he believes that's okay. Maybe because you work around a lot of animals, you understand that they're quite good judges of character. So,
especially robot ones.
Yes, especially made up metal ones that are created. So that's, and then he'll just carry on, sort of lightly skipping stones.
Toots has got her long front claws. I think she'll very, very gently just sort of probably pat you on the knee, whatever you need. Just go. Good. Hopefully you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I like to think that Toots, when she gets back to her bar in the evening, she's like, "These fucking guys, honestly."
Yeah, there's like another pangolin there, like bartender.
Constant drama.
It's like, I just want to go through a dungeon and kill some shit, and then
yeah, she's just like, "Can't you just turn up, do the job, and go?"
They'd never get in the union.
Anyway, if everyone's all right, so while Faezer's back with Seed for a bit. Seed, if you found Hawthorne, what would you talk to him about? You're muted, I think.
Well, to be honest, I really want to ask him. I really want to ask him why he didn't want to travel with me anymore. I mean, I think I know, but I want him to actually say it. Does that sound like a silly reason to want to find someone?
No, it's very similar to myself and my center. I don't know if he left or if he couldn't come back. I don't know. But now that I've heard that he's journeying, and I know 2 people that I've met since I met this team who have seen him, I know it doesn't sound like he left by force. So I would like to know a reason. So yes, let's do that. Let's find them. Let's make sure they tell us. Okay? We'll do that.
I know I haven't met my center yet, but I just can't imagine why somebody wouldn't want to travel with you, Faeza.
And I don't know why Hawthorne wouldn't want to travel with you. You're brilliant. You've got lots of music and it's fun and you're very kind. And I know that we're friends. And I haven't had very many. We lived in a mountain, so there wasn't very many people around. Have you heard of a best friend, Seed? Have you heard of them?
I know about them. I've learned a few songs about them over the years.
I've never had one. Would you like to be my best friend?
I'd like that very much, Faeza.
Would you like some tea?
You know
For
what?
your straw. You don't have to drink it. I won't be offended. I know it's a bit difficult.
I would love to have some tea.
Okay.
Through my straw. And Seed gives you a big wink.
Okay. And then she starts making some tea. And that's it.
Everyone else doing at that time?
Octavius has gone back to pacing.
As the hour sort of comes to an end, I think Ripper will go, right, I've got it. And he'll stand up and he'll just tap the glaive into the ground. Ting! And the entire thing will light up and emit a bright light from it. And it just sort of...
That's very impressive.
It's amazing. Faeza sticks on goggles and comes straight over to have a look at it. She's like, what? Wow. Oh, Ripper, you're so lucky. This is amazing.
Oh, it's fucking bright. Why did it get so bright all of a sudden?
Don't worry, Ignis, you're still ugly, right? Don't worry about it. Light or dark, it doesn't matter.
I know that's a joke, Ripper, because, I'm beautiful. So it's okay. I don't mind you making those jokes, but,
He sort of gives it the flip over into the other side, and he sort of stands there with it. Cape. Little flourish of the cape. Are we ready for this then?
Okay.
Finally. Octavius just starts walking towards the exit.
Would you prefer the truth or a lie, Ripper? Says Six as he walks past, following Octavius. He doesn't wait for a response.
A lie, please.
We'll be fine.
Oh, Ignis leans into Ripper and goes, I see old Cheery's back. This is going to be fun, eh? We're in the middle of a tomb and...
Oh, I think, do you know what? I just think he needs to punch someone in the mouth. Like, you know how soldiers get, right? They get all that pent up aggression fed to them, by someone shouting down their mouths, right? Instead of kissing it. And then, they're just ready to like fight someone. I think he'll be fine once he swings that blade around.
You know what I do when it gets a bit like that?
Just stop listening to him.
No, well, obviously I don't listen to him anyway. But I just, try and burn someone's eyeballs out. So I think you're right. Punch someone in the face, he'll feel better. No time at all.
Yeah. Some of us fight, some of us farm, and, other people burn eyeballs out.
Lak comes up behind Ripper, claps him on the shoulder and goes, "Well, I guess we'll be on to where our gods are now, huh?"
Always.
And turns, like, he's got a cheeky smile on him. He's got his bounce back in his step. And he turns around to Seed and says, "At least you won't be pink with yellow spots." And then he runs off.
Wait! Oh God, see. Just little thinking about it. You still got those healing potions?
Yeah, I've still got them.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm bloody knackered. I haven't got much magic left in me at all today. I was thinking maybe, would you mind sharing them out among people? I mean, I don't have to have one, but I don't know how much, like, we don't know what's in there. We want to make sure everyone is prepared, you know?
Of course. That's a good point, because I'm going to be honest with you all. My magic is, I mean, I'm pretty tired. I've got a little bit left in me, but not a lot. So actually, the potions will go a long way.
But better time to take on the threat of the world than when we're all tired with nothing in the tank. That's what I say.
If it's easy, it's boring. Like, you know what I mean? All the fun.
You know what Mother used to say, Sixsmith? Half a bath.
You've just muted
You've
yourself.
muted yourself with the perfect...
I would like someone in the comments to fill the second half of that, just because I accidentally perfectly muted. Six is, do you know what? Six isn't even there. You turn, and because he's already gone, he's not.
He
doesn't
has
want
followed
anything to do with this.
Octavius. Yeah.
He's gone, and that's the sadness of him not even being able to reply to your comment.
Faeza's gonna go. Uses less soap.
Hey, that's great. That's not what she said, but I like it.
Okay.
It's good. Although we should probably
get
use soap. But
Okay. Yeah. So Faeza's gonna turn to Toots and go. Right. Well. Come on in. And I'm just gonna sort of follow.
You don't want the healing potion, Faeza?
I think I'm all right at the moment. I think that. Thank you.
Well, just to carry for later. We don't know what's going to go on in there.
Have I got one? I think I've got one. I think I'm all right.
Hey, good. Well, I'll take one if no one else wants one.
Oh yeah. Let Ignis take one. He sets fire to things. Yes, please.
Yes,
Lack?
one healing potion.
Lack?
I'll grab one as well.
I should probably have one. I'll
Okay.
try not to get hurt. But
How many have you got, Seed?
So I have got 3 left. So Ripper and
Okay.
Lack and Ignis.
I mean, someone else can have this one if they would rather have it than me.
It's a standard potion of healing, yeah?
No.
Oof.
Oh,
is this one of the special
these
ones?
the ones that
Experimental
make
ones, yeah.
people go different
These are
colours.
all special potions, everybody.
So we're in the pinch of battle to
Yeah.
resolve the plague. We're going to be chowing down on these.
Yeah,
you-
special
odd
ones.
potions.
You turn into Harry Potter's aunt instead of healing. Start floating away.
I guess we'll find out.
I'm all right. Still got the sticky chicken. I'm all right.
What is the potion called?
So, they aren't on.
Oh yes,
D&D
of course.
Beyond.
You've got the table.
I've got a table, so you would
Fine.
you can write down one potion in your one experimental potion in your inventory, or in the other section, and then when you would like to use it, you will roll, and nothing bad could possibly happen.
Okay, good.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything, or are we following forward into the northern corridor?
Okay.
Okay. So as you head into the northern corridor, catching quickly up to Octavius and Six, who have moved ahead, it is dark. Really dark. Even your dark vision is struggling to see you. Your magical light that is now Ripper for the first time not relying on other people holding magical items for him, even with his glaive lit up, it's really struggling to break through further than 10 feet. Who would like to do what? Is there a marching order?
Yeah, Octavius
Imagine the soldiers at the front, aren't they?
almost suddenly slows down because he realizes he actually just doesn't know where he's going.
So Octavius first, then Six was the next through there.
He's limbering himself up, by the way, checking that his armor plates are okay, stretching his hamstrings, doing a sort of pre-game warm-up.
Black's gonna drop. He was going quite fast, but he's gonna drop back to just fall in line with Faeza.
Okay.
Faeza's
So-
gonna pick up 3 stones from the floor if she can see, or she's quite low down. She'll probably be able to see them. And charge up magic stone.
Okay. So I've got Octavius 6, Faeza and Lack.
I'll probably, I'll be next in after that.
So
Lack's
then,
Lack's going to drop his hand to his side in a very similar way to the way he dropped his hand to his side at the Festival of Leaves when he was stood next to Faeza
okay.
before they all stood round.
Faeza's gonna look and see the hand, and just maybe hold on for a little bit. Are you okay?
I just feel better when you're around, Faeza.
That's okay. Can you see okay?
Ripper's staff's doing quite a good job of lighting the place up.
Okay. Well, if it goes out, you can stay with me because I can see a bit better. So.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So, okay.
Thanks, Faeza.
Thank you.
Just a quick check as well. Octavius, do you still have your bird out because you'd used it earlier?
No, it only lasts an hour, so it would have fizzled out with the short rest. But
Okay.
I did get my wild shapes back.
That's no problem at all, just so I know. Thank you kindly. Okay. So as you start walking down, the corridor suddenly becomes very uneven. The light itself is growing ever darker, the light draining from your apparati as it just really feels like it's closing in. There is a tension in the air. Before you smelt damp, you smelt mould, then you smelt dry. This doesn't have a particular smell, but there's almost sort of like an electric hum running, and there's this, you can all feel the hackles in the back of your neck just rising as you venture down into the darkness for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Would anyone like to do anything else in this time? You push further forward still, and then the corridor widens slightly from 5 feet to around 15 feet, so you can start walking a couple of people aside each other. And Octavius, you walk in to a rather large room, maybe 40 feet across, 40 by 50. It's quite a large room. Could you make me a perception check, please?
Of course. That is a 20.
So as you walk in, the first thing you notice is that you almost slip, as the floor here goes from being uneven to it essentially it looks like tarmac after an earthquake. It's completely jagged and uneven. Chunks of black obsidian lie everywhere, crushed, split, and it's quite awkward to walk on. The kind of the clacking of your feet, as quiet as you are as a scout, kind of reverberates around what's clearly a very large room. As you lift your head, you can see that these binding lines that have been running down the side of the walls, you go all the way around, drop back onto the floor, and run centrally across the floor towards a location. Can you see that? Yes, you can see that easily. So you can see some kind of monument at the northern end of the room. The most surprising thing, as you all follow in behind Octavius, that you see this monument, again looks to be made out of obsidian, is in the middle of the palm of a giant hand. The hand itself, each finger 25 feet high. As you see, the ceiling is truly cavernous in here. The palm itself has sort of disappeared underneath the floor as though it had sunk into the earth itself, and all that remains is all 5 fingers sticking up and then this monument in the middle. Some strange beast's head. It is elongated with these kind of very firm bone ridges. It's got sharp teeth, or it would have. It's a carving. What would you like to do? In fact, I'm going to move you over so you can see exactly what the room looks like.
The big
On
battle
Foundry.
map.
Did it auto-saved before we entered the room, right?
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so.
So if you
Open
could
the
let me know
menu
if
up
anyone's
and
having
saves
problems.
grayed out. It's like, what? I
Yes,
can't save.
saves grayed out. There must be an enemy around here already.
The PlayStation's come up with it stop recording because you're in a blocked area.
Oh, that's
Maybe.
cool, Matt.
So as you come in, so the sides of the wall, you can see the similar carvings and cuneiform. That it's very hard to see the side of the room. The darkness in here is almost overpowering. What would you like to do?
Well, I've still got the ability to make a bonfire, but I don't know what's in here, so I'm not sure if I should do it yet.
I think we
Perhaps.
should. I think either Lack or myself, the two that can easiest escape an encounter, to go investigate the statue while the rest stay back away.
I would love to, but I'm very limited in my sight.
That is a good point.
Dark.
I will go and investigate this.
Sorry,
statue then.
Octavius.
It's no problem. This is my job.
Do we see any cover around us at all?
Cover or colour? Sorry.
Cover.
You see the far east of the room a kind of southeast, a small pile of rubble. I mean, there's an argument that the giant hand itself is covered, depending on where you're standing, because the fingers are so large.
If you want to, if we stay near some cover, and then maybe I can come with you if you want, and we can have a look together.
Just before you do that, Faeza, Lack, do you want to know the wonderful thing about faith?
Tell me.
Is that blessings can be passed to one another, and he's gonna use the bottom of his staff to just touch the spear and transfer the light from the staff into Lack's spear. So he has now. So I can't see anything, but I've repurposed the light cantrip into another object.
Totally cool. Like your spear is a glow.
Very cool.
Okay, whilst that makes me a target in the dark, it means I can see at least Octavius. Do you want some help? Ripper?
That would, yes.
That was very generous of you.
I wouldn't like to go down there by myself. Thank you. And I
I'll
move
step up next to him.
closer to the statue.
Hey, so I'm going to move your tokens just so we have an idea of where everyone is.
I'm gonna stack up next to 6.
So you're going to walk over there too? Ripper?
I'm no stack up next to 6.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
I think Six would make a move into the room a bit further on. He might scout the east side. There looks to be a some kind of figure recessed in the wall, right?
Okay. Six walks right over to what you do see. Yeah, sure. Make me a perception or investigation check. Your choice.
Okay. That is 23.
Perception or investigation?
Perception.
So as you go over and you look at the statue, it seems to be kind of nestled in an arch on the eastern side of the room. It is made of the same kind of bronze and brass and gold that you've kind of combination that you've seen throughout this building, this temple. It is of a woman in a darkened cloak. The eyes are the only thing that seem to be missing from this statue. They are sunken hollows. Her hand
Ignis
is
has been
reaching
at
out.
it, hasn't he? Ignis has been at this thing.
He gets around. She is holding out her hand, and it appears something is missing.
Okay. So I think I'll probably, as sotto as I can, as quietly as I can, whilst still telling Octavius and and lack that just seems to be an object missing from this hand, have a look around for it. In fact, I might just say it to everybody. I might just make sure everybody can hear me.
Is everyone else happy with their positioning? Would anyone like to be anywhere else in the room?
Octavius, we look quite worryingly in the middle of a large hand's grasp.
Yes, I realise that. But it's a job that must be done. And I move closer to the statue to inspect the carving.
So while he does that, I'm going to keep my eyes. I'm going to crouch right there, and I'm going to keep my eyes out. I'm going to look out for anything to be able to take him out of the way if necessary.
Faeza and Toots would like to move a bit further into the room, over to the east, behind that clump of rocks, or close to that clump of rocks, just so that. But Toots can't be surprised. She's a vigilant person, so she's going to be.
Okay. Just to let you know as well, because I couldn't see because your tokens were in the way earlier. I only designed the map. It's fine. I should remember. You are stood by another quite large clump of the decorated tiles where you are as well. So if you're moving purely for cover, you currently have some in front of you.
I think she's going to move to the east anyway, to that east clump, just so she can see what's going on.
Okay.
A bit more, but with Toots, definitely.
No problem. So Faeza and Toots move over to the east, about 5 feet south of Sixsmith.
I'll move in behind Lack.
Okay. So Ripper's going to move sort of towards the middle-ish of the room, though the hand is taking up the northern third. Ignis walks in, saying,
"Bloody hell, that's a huge hand. I've literally never seen one that size. That is incredible."
And you've got a giant tortoise as well. So, I find that.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
god.
It must be impressive. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Blinky's pretty bloody big. Imagine if I could make a hand this big.
Think about the giant eyeballs you could pull out.
Can Faeza go up to sort of a little bit closer to the thumb and just see if she can see what this hand is made of?
Of course. So walking over to it, make an investigation check, please.
Sure. Oh, I got a 10 plus a 6. That is 16.
16. It appears to be made from what looks like ossified rock.
Above the table, Christine doesn't know what ossified means.
Like petrified wood, essentially.
Okay, cool.
So above the table, and in fact, Faeza would probably know, it's almost fossilized rather than rock.
Does it look handmade?
Make a insight check.
Okay. No.
Everyone's just going to let handmade go without a pun, are we?
Yes.
That's why I hesitated when I said it. I was like, is there a better word? Probably not. 11.
I mean, it's really dark in here, even with your lights. It has kind of similar striations to some fossils you've seen, but it might just be a new kind of rock. You've not been here before.
Okay. She's going to step back to the cover to sort of have a look at the walls around to see if there's anything else going on.
Well, Ignis is going to stride right up alongside Octavius, be like, "Hey, come on, what are we doing here? Let's have a look." Seed, are you happy with your position?
What I was going to say is because Six earlier said, am I right that you were saying to all of us to look for potentially the missing object?
Yeah.
So seeing everyone start to spread out around the room, Seed was going to stay in this area but start actually actively looking around on the floor and kind of in that area, seeing if there's any objects that look out of place.
Make a investigation check for me.
11.
So we'll come back to how's that's going. Octavius, what would you like to do? You've been there quite a while now.
And I can't find anything unusual about the carving.
Did you make an investigation check for me?
I did now, and I rolled a 6.
For a total of?
No, I rolled a 7 for a total of 6.
Okay, fine. So you look at it, and it's weird. It looks like a scary creature carved into black rock.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary here.
I love how Octavius deals with the role that he gets with such authority. It doesn't matter that he rolled really low and the information's terrible. He will say it with authority. I love it.
Great role playing, Brad.
Yeah, it's good. I love it.
So Ignis rolled a little bit better than you. Rolled a 14 for a total of 27, and he looks and goes,
Are you fucking crazy? Look at it. This thing is clearly magical. The only question is, what's a magical statue doing in the middle of a room?
Is this the seal?
No, it's not a seal. It doesn't look anything like a seal. Seals don't have like the spiky bits on their head.
I realise that, but this could also be a seal.
No, I just said it doesn't have ridges on its head, man.
No, but it could be a seal.
Octavius, I don't think you're listening to me. Seals are like soft, furry things, swim in the sea. This has got like ridges. It's got like teeth.
This has Ripper
no
all
idea
over
what
it. This
seal-
exchange. I'm surprised he's not chipping
I have
in.
no idea what sort of seal that is. I've never seen that in my life. But
Because it's not a bloody seal. Look at
No,
it.
but
It's
this-
clearly some kind
no,
of
but
creature.
this is the seal.
You keep saying the seal. What seal? Oh, the seal.
The seal. Yes.
Ignis,
I'm struggling
Ignis, you
to
know when you
explain
get
it.
you know when you get those court summons from all the people whose eyeballs you burn out,
No, they would never dare.
and they have that little wax thing on the letter, like that.
No, that always melts off whenever I pick it up.
In the meantime, Six goes, Ripper, what is this? Who is this person here? A figure with the arm out and no eyes. And he says, you're a person of divine faith. Maybe you recognize this character. But really, I think he's saying it loudly across to Ripper so that Faeza hears. But he doesn't want to address Faeza at the moment.
All right, Faeza doesn't want to be addressed.
Ooh!
Oh, the
Shit.
shade!
Are we gonna be like-
Oh,
It's so
but
dark
what
in
he,
here.
what he really wants.
Faeza doesn't know. Faeza's looking and she's like, her curiosity's going, I really want to bloody know and I really want to say something if I know it. but I don't know if I'm
Faeza,
allowed.
make an insight check.
Okay.
Ripper, you can make an insight check. At that distance, I'd say at disadvantage.
What have we learned here today, kids? Sulking gets you nowhere.
Don't fuck with Faeza, is what we say.
Faeza got a 17.
Don't know, mate. Not from my pantheon. Got 9.
Faeza, as you look, you have no idea which god this might be, but you do see the corresponding sigil, to the one that was on Ripper's glaive. So whereas Ripper had the hanging lantern, as he
Yeah.
described it, this has the inverted shape, the other half of the pattern that had been on the external door.
Okay. And she'll tell Ripper that. So I don't know. Do you? I mean, this place seems to respond to sigils and to god-touched things. I mean, would it be a stupid idea to put your glaive somewhere near this sigil if they're the opposite, or if they're mirror images of each other? I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose Lax had all the fun poking all the doors open, didn't he? So maybe I'll.
It's about time someone else got a spin.
Yeah,
you,
you know.
you,
Thing on
you
the top
touch.
of
You
it.
got your
Yeah.
you got your scar thing. I don't want you to get another one. That would seem to be quite painful when you did that.
I guess Ripper's gonna poke
don't
the
know.
stuff.
What's the hand like, by the way? Is it outstretched, palm upturned, or does it look like
Can-
it should be holding
Can we
a staff?
see
It's
what sort of
lit-
shape
Oh,
it
the
might
hand
hold?
on the statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is literally held out like in front of you, palm upheld.
Okay.
Does it look
But-
like it? Could we tell what kind of shape object it might be holding? Whether it might be holding like a flat thing or a round thing, or
Its fingers are slightly curled.
okay.
So Ripper goes up to the statue and he goes to put the glaive in it, and then hops up and gives it a little high five.
You high five a statue.
Faeza's going to start looking around the base of the statue to sit and around where the rubble is, where she is, to see if she can see something about that sort of shape.
And then I'll poke it with the staff.
Okay. So you poke the statue with the staff.
Yeah.
Faeza, make me investigation check.
I'm genuinely nervous, by the way.
Me
Lack,
too.
can you
Put
roll
it out
a
there.
Lack, roll a perception check for me.
I got a 17 for
Yeah, there's
investigation.
nothing around except kind of, I'm going to call it shale because it's that kind of loose rock, but it's
Oh.
broken obsidian shards.
It
Okay.
was a 10 and got caught. It was carked.
Okay. It was
Oh,
cocked,
yeah.
you re-roll. We don't count cocked dice.
I mean, it's a digital dice, so I don't know how it ended up cocked, but it was literally sat between
Yeah, I've had that.
an 8 and a 20. So
Bit of realism from D&D Beyond.
yeah,
Yeah, a
I'll
bit too
keep the
much real.
10. It's a digital dice. It's fine.
Okay. So with a 10, you begin to hear almost like a murmuring in your head.
Can anyone hear that?
Just lack.
Can you hear that?
Just Lack.
Okay. I hear what?
I think there's someone coming. I hear voices.
What?
Davis is still arguing over the seal.
Six readies his weapon.
Yes. Faeza gets her crossbow out and Toots and Faeza.
Toots
Uh,
starts shouting, Toots! Toots! Toots!
What?
Everyone make a perception check.
Have we got that? We haven't got that telepathic thing, have we? I think we discussed it a little while ago, but possibly.
We got sending stones.
No,
No,
between
I
you
mean
and
Toots.
Toots.
The Toots and.
You'd had a very good understanding of her, is what we'd said. So you
Yeah.
immediately swing round to
That's better.
see what Toots is looking at.
Okay.
And you see,
22.
crawling out of what initially might have been shadows in the floor, you see 4 writhing black puddles just start moving towards you all.
God's sake.
Guys.
And we're going to go to break.
Ah.
Oh, Jesus.
When you come back, we're going to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Alrighty.
God. Okay.
Hey, Brad, take Hello, and welcome back. Roll initiative, please, players.
Oh
Oh
my god.
That's a 2 plus a 4 is a 6.
Oh, I got 19. Please don't make me
Oh,
curse.
Okay,
you.
let me do. Just everyone roll. Okay,
Yeah.
anyone over 20? Roll for Ignis as well.
Not lack. Yes.
Wow. Okay, 15 to 20.
18.
18.
First 6.
Faeza?
19. Oh, my first.
Yeah.
Faeza is up first, followed by Ignis, followed by 6.
I'm
Over
also on
10.
18.
Also on 18.
You've probably got better dex than me.
yeah,
I'm
so you'll
dex
go-
2 plus 2.
Faeza, Ignis, Seed, 6.
Lack's on 17.
Black. And who does that leave bringing up the rear? Octavius and
With a
Ripper.
6.
I've got a 12.
Okay.
Yeah. Taj, mate, I don't think it's not the dice. I've infected your dice that you've given me.
We need to give him new hands. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
Genuinely does.
No, because we love Taj. He'd probably supply us with some black market hands. Like, you don't want to
Good
somehow.
thing I got the hand for this battle map. Thanks, Taj.
There you go.
So, just so you have a note of the order for anyone that wants to make it, we've got Faeza up first, followed by Ignis, then Seed, then 6, then the creatures, then Lack, then Ripper, then Octavius. Okay? So, Faeza, you hear Toots cry and you turn around to see 2 puddles of mud. They're a bit blurry,
Oh, I was just about to make that joke.
That's
but they are
terrible.
moving towards
I love,
you.
But I loved it.
You are muted, Faeza.
Bad. First of the round and already fucked up. Yeah. So, I'm wondering if I can use prestidigitation to try and clean them. But I don't think that would work, would it? Is that like an attack? Would that work?
I will clearly say prestidigitation cannot be used to attack. You can attempt to clean.
Well,
No.
okay. No, I won't then.
Don't
I
waste
won't.
your
I won't.
turn.
I won't. Because they were muds. I don't know.
Soot.
I was wondering if that could be.
I don't
or
know.
if
It's a
they're-
good.
if
No,
they're
it's a
made
fair
of
point.
mud.
It's a good
I'm
question.
just trying to think outside the box a little bit. But
Oh, yeah.
in which case, I will use. I think I'll try and. They're just puddles of mud. How big are they?
So they look like kind of writhing pools of oil, roughly 5 feet across at their largest.
I'm
And they're
thinking
kind of
that ooze
slithering.
from Prometheus, basically. is what
Very
I'm thinking.
similar. Kind of, they're going over the cracks in the obsidian and slithering slowly towards you.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I think I'm going to use. I'm probably going to try and use my all-purpose tool, which has got create bonfire set to it still as a cantrip.
Okay.
And how far away are they from me? It's on the map, isn't it?
They are
I
10
haven't-
feet
oh, yeah.
away. How long does it take you to create a bonfire? Is it in one action?
I think so. Yeah, let me have a quick look. I'll have to look. Yeah, because it's part of all of that stuff with. It's not on. It's not directly on.
While
What is
Christine's
it?
looking at that, I just wanted to make a
Found
note
it.
that. Oh, do you
One
remember this
action.
present you got us, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
And I got the D8.
Yeah,
That's perfectly the Battle Master number for my level. So when I
Is
use
it?
it, I actually get to use the dice that you got
Ah,
us.
that's
So
nice.
that's thanks for that.
Let's see if you live long enough to
Accidentally
use
the right
it.
one.
That's it. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I think I might try because some people can't quite see what's going on properly either, can they? So I'm going to use create bonfire. I'm going to set it off to the one that's sort of to the one that's closest to me really, and see if it can evaporate it or affect it in some way.
Okay, let me just double check that spell. Sorry, I'm probably bashing my microphone
alright,
with
I'll
this
probably-
slightly awkward desk positioning.
I'm slightly short of resources, otherwise I would have tried something else. But that's why I'm trying to think outside the box a little bit.
Okay, no, that's absolutely fine. So
Okay.
as you do this, the creature gets to make a dex save.
Mhm.
Let me find its stats. Too many stats. So it rolls a 16 on its dex save. What's your spell save?
My list doesn't tell me.
It'll be right at the top of your spell list.
Oh, I see.
Spell attack,
Sorry.
Spell save DC.
Spell save DC is spell list. Save DC is 15.
15, so it just beats it. So you attempt to cast, and you see the opening salvos of a fire starting and then fizzling out into this creature.
Hopefully, though, because one of my other intentions was for other people to be able to see a little bit better. Maybe just that moment of light would have lit up the room a bit, just to help people see.
It's enough to capture their attentions, and people start to turn around and see what's going on. In fact, Ignis does turn around and sees these 4 creatures slightly moving towards people. Oh, it's still your turn. You've still got a bonus action.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Well, my magic stone ran out last time, so I'm going to grab a few bits of shale and I'm going to cast magic stone on those.
Okay.
And I'm going to duck behind those rocks.
Okay, so you move 5 feet to the east and kind of duck behind the rocks.
Absolutely. Toots is going to hold her action, but if the pools, muddy puddles, gets within, if they come 5 foot closer, so if they're within 10 foot of Faeza, then Toots is going to force empowered rend against.
Okay.
See if that has any effect.
No problem. Toots holding her action. Ignis, hearing the spark, turns around and goes, What the fuck? And just reaches out and he's going to send off. You see a bright beam of white light rolling towards one that he spots at the far western wall. That is out of my thing. Does that hit? And it crashes with a shard of white light just besides one of the creatures, not actually hitting it. He is going to attempt to edge round. It's going to use all his movement to try and just get around the side of the statue, as he doesn't want to be near to anything right now. Seed, it is your turn. 6, you're on deck.
Seeing the kind of strange sort of mud rippling across the stones towards everyone, Seed is going to kind of try and move, move kind of 5 foot west, so they're slightly more tucked, almost kind of behind where like the pile of rubble is around them, and then experimentally draw back their bow and let off a shot just to see if they can aim right at the middle of one of the moving kind of puddles, just to see what it does.
Make an attack roll, please.
Thirteen.
13. Hits. Roll damage, please.
9.
9 points of damage. As you let loose an arrow, everyone else hears the of the shaft as it buries deep into one of these creatures and just seems to dissolve around it. It seems to disappear.
Okay. Yeah, in which case I think Seed will leave it there for now.
Okay.
Still crouched kind of behind the cover that they've got.
Okay. 6, it is your turn.
Okay. As a bonus action, 6 shouts, "Repair your staff!" with a question mark and gestures at the figure that he's next to. And then he takes a leap. He's John Carter's, jumps up and finds his way slightly to the west of the creature that's closest to him.
Okay.
So yeah, and just one more south. He just wants to be just there, and he does a double attack where he brings a scimitar down, and as he does so, throws a throwing axe towards the other creature to his west.
Okay, so you're making one melee attack on this, and then using a second attack to throw an axe at the other one.
Yeah.
Go for it. Make an attack roll, please.
That's a natural 1.
So the sword, as it comes down, it's really hard to hit oil on the floor. Make the other attack.
And the axe is 24 to hit.
Roll damage on the axe, please.
Damn.
That's 11 damage on the throwing axe.
So as you strike down, stabbing into the oily substance around you, it kind of bubbles around and seems to miss. You don't even look as you throw the axe, but as everyone else sees, the axe spirals over, crashes in, and the oil almost kind of coats the axe and then crumbles, dripping back into the gaps between the obsidian. Seems to have disappeared.
Okay, yeah, that's Six's go.
Okay. It is the two remaining creatures. The one closest to you, Six, is going to attempt to slither up to you, and you see it kind of sliding over your shoes and just kick it off easily. It feels like kicking phlegm. The other is going to crawl towards Ripper and again try to ingest him with a 16 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Okay. I can't find the dice. Where will the dice go? There it is. You take, what's the plus? 5 points of piercing damage as you feel the creature latch onto you, and you feel teeth go into you, and you're shaking, and it is stuck to your wrist. It is not coming off.
Can I use a reaction?
Of course.
So this is slightly above the table. But for Warcaster, it says I can use my reaction to make oh no, it's an opportunity attack again. Bollocks!
Yes, no. It's got to be basically right. It's a spellcaster right next to
Yeah.
you. Moves out of your range.
Every time I forget to read the opportunity attack bit. Sorry. Carry on,
Get it.
ignore me.
Right. That is that one. That is that one. The others appear to be squashheads. Black, you are up. You are muted.
Okay, yes. Well, there's one right in front of me then, I guess.
Certainly is.
So I shall stab with the spear.
Make an attack roll.
Well, that's probably not any good. 11.
11 hits. Roll damage,
Oh,
please.
okie dokie. It's 10 points of damage.
As you stab your spear downwards, the shard at the end lights, flashes, and when you look back, the creature's gone.
Amazing. Now, can I see over the hand, the sort of palm of the hand there?
No.
Palm.
It is large enough that it is obscuring vision to the other side.
Okay, then I will take a 5-foot step to the west of Ripper.
Yes.
And use my other attack to throw the spear over Six's shoulder at the oil on the floor.
Okay, I'm going to give it half cover behind Six
Okay.
from that angle. Make your attack roll.
Always. 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Probably do, isn't it? Why did it come up green? And then here's the damage. For 9 points of damage.
So as Six's sword moves down and the creature kind of swirls around it and it attempts to bite back, Lack's spear is thrown in the gap that it moved into, and again the shard flashes, the creature's gone, and the spear rematerializes in your hand, Lack. You all look around. The hall appears to be empty. Ripper, what would you like to do?
Heeding from Six's call, I'm going to go up to the statue and try and put the spear in their hand.
Oh, sorry, the statue to the east.
Yeah.
Sorry. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
And try and put the staff in the hand of it.
Okay. That's going to be your action for this turn.
Yeah.
Octavius, what would you like to do?
Is there any more enemies? No. I'm gonna sort of fit around the statue to see if there's any like buttons or anything.
So you're going to attempt to touch the statue, or you're just looking?
Yeah. I'm gonna like feel around the statue.
Okay. As you reach out and touch the statue, where your fingerprints touch this kind of shiny black rock, you see they leave traces of red. I'm going to say, to us, almost like an infrared kind of pattern where your fingerprints were, like a heat mark. Doesn't exist in D&D world, so it's just a strange red pattern. I guess we'll find out what happens next turn. To the top of the round. Faeza, what would you like to do?
Well, there's no enemies around at the moment, but she's right next to Ripper and can see what's going on with the spear, and she's going to use a bonus action to say, in another room, when we were travelling towards just before we got chased by that creature that got his head thing, there was this mosaic with a owl-headed woman with a lantern and an orb. Do you think this hand shape is orb shaped? Can she see that? Is that or
Make a perception check.
okay?
Or an insight check, either or, I don't mind.
Okay. Ooh, well, that's all right. I got a 19 plus 4, 23.
It certainly could.
Okay. And she's going to use her action to start looking for an orb-shaped thing around, investigating, I guess.
Make an investigation check, please. And we'll keep...
Ah, not so good. I got a 11. No, 12. Sorry.
So you again scrabble around, looking a little bit further afield as you feel confident you've searched the immediate area. But in the dark, it's kind of hard to see, and you're not entirely convinced.
Yeah. Toots is just going to stay close to Faeza, and this time she's going to hold her attack. That if anything springs up within 10 foot of Faeza, she's going to do force empowered rend.
Okay. Sorry, just doing something. So, Ignis is looking around. He sees the red fingerprints and goes, "Aye!" And he is going to make an investigation check to see if he can figure out what's going on. Ooh, rolled low. That's a 21.
Very low.
And he says,
I think he's responding to you for your magic. Only one way to find out.
and he reaches out and touches the other side. And we'll find out what happens next.
We're all wild. We're all wild.
See, you are up.
So at this point, I haven't seen the result of two people touching it, have I? It would just literally be the act of them reaching out to do it. I mean, I think as I've just heard him say, it might be something that requires kind of magic in contact. I think, can I? Oh no, I can't make it.
You would have to dash.
If I dash, would I still be allowed to kind of touch it as a? Because obviously that would be like my action, my bonus action.
Yeah, I would say you could run with your hand out. That's a reasonable free action.
So yes, in that case, I will run with my hand out, and basically just responding to kind of this concept that maybe it's something about kind of magic and touch. Seed is just kind of like, cool, let's give it a go, and just gets the hand in contact with the surface as well.
So as you will find out what happens next time, as you reach out to your fingers just touch the statue.
Oh my god, what's going to happen?
6.
Well, 6 is going to position himself closer to his brother.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be just to the south. Yeah, I think just there.
Okay, so just to the southeast of your brother.
Yeah. And I think he's going to ready a hand axe to be thrown at the first creature that appears to put anyone he can see in peril. If so, I think actually he's looking at the statue. If something comes out of the statue or something puts anyone around the statue in peril, he wants to throw as a throwing axe at them. Is that specific enough? Is that all right?
Absolutely fine. Thank you.
Cool.
Lack, your turn. Ripper, you're on deck.
Well, I shall. Well, my brother's there now, so I will hold vigil with him. I can see what he's doing, and
it's like an unspoken thing that wherever Six is looking, Lack's looking the other way, and they kind of like they're moving in that circle back to back, but not without being back to back. Like it's just they just know where the other one will be.
Love it. Okay, Ripper, you have reached out and put the staff in the hand of the statue. Yes.
Yes.
It is currently lying in the hand of the statue.
Anything happened?
Make a perception or investigation check.
15. The perception.
Looks like the fingers are starting to move on that statue.
Ooh. Sorry.
Just starting. Nothing seems to be happening right now. Would you like to do anything?
Nothing else I can do until something happens, so I'll just have to, I don't know, jiggle it around a bit. Whatever will make it work. Hang off it. Maybe try and close it. Someone...
Okay, so for context above the table, you can see that they are starting to move. It's just going to take longer than, it's not like a 6-second. It's a slower move.
Just so more things can come. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'll just, I guess, I don't know, put my hand on the statue to try and make it do things faster.
Okay, so you're kind of pressing into the statue, see if you can get it to close a bit quicker. Make a strength check for me. Let's see or strength athletics.
I thought you were going to give it words of encouragement. Come on, statue, you can do it. Hand on the shoulder.
11.
You feel like you're making a huge difference. You are crushing it, Ripper.
Perfect.
Octavius,
it responds to magic.
You feel these red lines as you now look across at Ignis's hand as well, and Seed's touching. Yours and Ignis both light up red. Seed's lights up purple. And these energies rush, highlighting what seem to be scales on the creature's head as it rushes down towards the face and heading towards the eyes that glow. What would you like to do?
You said it responds to magic, right? Firebolt the statue.
Firebolting the statue. Make an attack roll. Well, no, you will hit it at this point blank range. The bright red incandescently rushes up and the statue just glows bright red at this point. Can everybody make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Even if we're behind a hand.
Yeah, but
everyone.
we got cover. Does that help?
That's not good.
Ignis got a nat 1.
I got an 8.
I got a 4, so yeah.
16.
DC is 13. Just
okay.
so you know.
I got a natural 20 plus 1, so 21.
And for Toots as well.
Oh,
please.
bugger, yeah, of course, Toots.
So DC is 13. So you immediately see Ignis, who did have his hand on one side, go, "Oh shit!" and just fall as the entire ground in the room starts to shake. The loose rock moving up and down.
What have you done?
And
I just did what Ignis told me to do.
If it told you to jump off a cliff, would you do it?
If it meant saving our lives, probably.
But that seems the opposite of what it would do.
That's also exactly something he would probably ask us to do as well.
If you rolled under, you are now prone on the floor.
Oh, shit.
So Octavius, you fall prone?
Yes, indeed.
Seed, did you fall prone? Seed's hand is still on it, this purple energy coming out of their body. We will find out what happens as we come back to the top of the round. Right at the top of the round, as the ground is shaking. Ignis and Octavius, can you just make a quick perception check for me?
Okay. On the ground?
Yeah, you're looking up, lying on the ground.
Oh, that makes sense. 25.
Something is on the ceiling.
Oh, God.
Something very large.
You
It's
should
no
have
longer
looked
my-
up, Ryan. This is the time.
I mean-
Remember you were saying you should have looked up?
Has my turn ended? Can I
Yes,
shout?
with falling prone. As you look up and you all hear Toots go, Toots! And what you see is, I don't quite have the token for this, sorry, a giant black sludge. And in fact, you see moving up the wall smaller sludges. And right by all of you, the ones that you'd killed kind of fly straight up, colliding with the main body. And then the puddle leans down and a gaping maw opens with these dripping black teeth.
Venom.
And
I hate oozes. I hate oozes with a passion. I hate all disgusting, slimy crap.
I need, well, let's just check distances. Everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw. DC 18.
Is this against? Can I ask if this is against magic? Because I've got advantage on wisdom against magic.
This is not against magic.
Damn it! Throws their toys out of the pram. Okay.
Oh, 28.
Fail.
19.
Fail. Ripper 11.
Ignis fail. He's not rolling well tonight. Have you bradded Ignis's dice, Brad?
Give it all to Ignis.
Oh God, I got a 7 and Toot's got a 5.
Okay. Everyone aside from Seed. Seed. This thing's creepy. That's it. Everyone else, you hear like a buzzing noise in your head, and you just can't shake it off, and it's maddening as you are... Oh, sorry, did anyone fail it by more than 5?
What was the DC, sorry?
18.
Yes.
Ripper
And then
did
Me
as
and
well.
Ripper did. Me and Ripper
I
Okay.
saved, by the way. I saved
Okay, that's fine.
6.
So, those of you who just failed, you have disadvantage on your next attack roll, saving throw, or ability check, as this madness fills your head. If you failed by more than 5, you are momentarily frightened for 1 round.
Okay.
So the frightened condition,
fine.
it's not the frightened condition that will make you run away from it. It just essentially means you are frozen in place for 1 round. You can still kind of talk, but you cannot force your body closer to the creature.
Do we
You can
still?
attack
Do we
with
have?
disadvantage. I
You can
believe,
attack
so-
with
Oh,
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This creature, by the way, I hate to tell you, that's not an attack. That's just its aura
No.
for being within a certain distance from it. And so it's going to use its movement to hang down from the ceiling and start moving into the middle where it feels it can get people. And that's all it's going to do. Faeza.
Is that an aboleth token you've used?
It is an aboleth token, but you're not fighting an aboleth.
Okay.
I am going to. If I cast, I'm going to cast Sight.
Oh, sorry. Your internet just went funny for me
Arrow.
there.
We were
Branding
doing
smite.
so
No, we're
well.
doing so well.
I know. So I'm just going to
We're doing
cast.
so well. Okay. Well, I've got. I'd like to use branding's. No, I might save that for the next one actually. If I was to cast branding smite on an arrow, would that have to then be for the next round?
No, I'd say you could use it this turn.
Okay, well, I've got disadvantage, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cast instead Thorn Whip at the creature. How high up in the air is it? I've got 60-foot range.
Oh, it will hit. It's high up, but it is hanging down. It's probably about 30 feet above you all.
Okay, so I have to roll that at disadvantage, don't I? So, do that. Oh, that was a good one. That was 21. That was even better. Yeah, got 26.
That hits. Roll damage.
Yay! So what is the damage for that? It's 2d6, and it's going to be piercing damage. 4 and a 3. That's 7. Yes. Should be
Okay.
7 bits of
And
piercing damage.
with Thorn Whip, I never remember druid spells
That's
or
alright.
artificer spells. You can also attempt to pull it towards you if you desired, can't you?
I do not.
I think
Thank you.
I
Yes.
think it happens naturally.
How does it?
I think it's a strength save to see if it's pulled, right?
Don't worry, this thing will
Listen.
save.
An
Don't worry.
all violent piercing damage, and if the creature
Comfortably
is large or
saves.
smaller. Okay, fair play.
Toots.
Toots. She can't do anything. He's a bit too far away. Toots is gonna. And Toots has also got the disadvantage and the
Yeah.
she can't move, so she's
Well, actually,
going
Toots is. I'm going to say Toots is fine.
to. She? Yay! Okay.
She's looking at you all like you're slightly. She doesn't know what's affecting you because she seems fine.
Okay, that's all right then. In which case, Toots will hold her action for Force Empowered Rend again if something gets within 10 foot of Faeza. It's a boring one, but there we go.
Ignis is going to stand up then on his turn using his movements.
Okay, that thing's bloody big. What have I got? What have I got? Yeah, let's try this.
And he is going to hold out his hand, and you see him kind of weave a sigil in the hair and click. And he is going to attempt to use. So the creature's going to have to make an intelligence saving throw. And it fails. So you see him reach out and move his hands, and then the creature kind of turns around and seems momentarily freaked out by one particular direction, and seems to be turning back. It's back on the eastern wall for some reason. Seed, you are up 6, you're on deck.
So just to check, so at the moment, obviously, I'm still in contact with the statue.
Yes.
Does it feel like I can pull my hand away?
So you
Or
do
is
feel
there-
a thrumming underneath, and you start to see where the eyes were glowing. That on top of the 5 fingers around you, you can see the hand starting very slowly to move. What would you like to do?
Okay. I think as I can see it starting to do something, I'm going to take my chances and I'm going to make more contact with the statue to see if
Okay.
whatever it's doing might get faster. So instead of it just being fingertips, I'm going to press my full palm against it, press the other hand against it, and see if that does anything.
It feels like it speeds up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, then I'm going to use my full turn to just push myself against it, trying to kind of feel where that energy is flowing, just trying to see how much I can try and kind of keep that purple energy spreading throughout the statue and see what it does.
Absolutely fine. 6, you're on deck.
Okay. 6 will use his movement to get up from the prone condition. He will do that thing that... listen, Blade 2 is my gold standard for throwing items at other creatures, right? That everybody knows that. So I'm going to do some sort of awesome, cloaked whip, and I'm going to fire 2 throwing axes at the thing.
How many throwing axes have you got left?
I don't know. I don't know.
It says throwing axe, then you threw it on the floor.
It's a hand axe. Sorry, it's a hand axe.
So how many hand axes have you got?
I don't know, because since the start of this game, we've never counted or accounted for, nor have we discussed whether I have a finite amount of axes or not.
Because normally you throw one and then go pick it up in these situations. This is where I'm just clarifying.
I guess so.
You are in space to kind of...
I believe the starting equipment is 2 hand axes for a
2 hand
fighter.
axes. So you've still got one, but you could reach over and pick up the other one from basically where you are. It only costs you another 5 feet of movement. Then you'd have 2.
Can I still move though? Because
yeah,
I
you've
used
stood
my
up. It's only
movement to
half
get
your
up.
movement. You've still
Oh,
got
I
15
didn't
feet.
realise. Oh, well, sorry. I didn't realise. In that case, I will just move 5 feet to the thing and whack it with a scimitar instead.
Oh no, it is 30 feet in the air. So hand axes at this point is...
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that'll be nice. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll sweep down to pick up the hand axe, and I'll get it with a couple.
Okay, make 2 attack rolls, then, please.
Well, that wasn't very good. That's 11 for the first one,
Okay.
18 for the second one.
Second one hits. Roll damage.
9 points.
9 points. So as you throw the hand axe, the first one skittering off in the darkness, what you thought was coiling darkness bit just turned out to be some black rock on the ceiling. The second one does strike it as its mouth's opening, and you just see it all kind of ding off, and the creature seems almost completely unbothered by it. You
that is
saw
irritating.
it do some damage.
Well, when it hits, I think I'm going to use a superiority dice to roll a trip attack, if I may.
A trip attack is kind of not going to work on something that's gargantuan hanging from a ceiling. Because
So,
the creature
what
that
it does-
trips has
so
got to
if
be
it's
the
a-
same size as you.
Oh, does it?
Well, it's usually large
Or smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would this creature's
This
size
is
be
huge.
then?
This is huge.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll do it anyway, just to add the damage to it.
Go for it.
And I'll add that's 5 points of damage to add to it.
What kind of damage? Sorry.
I guess it would be this. It would be the same as it
So
was.
it'd be okay. So
prior.
it'd probably be
Slashing.
Okay,
Slashing.
thank you. Right, brilliant. Thank you. That is your turn then, unless you'd like to do anything else. Nope. Okay.
Oh,
Lack.
sorry. No. I'm just looking at my character sheet. No. There's nothing else I can do. I'll stay where I am.
Lack, you're up then. Ripper, you're on
Well,
deck.
since I am frightened of this thing, Lack grips his spear a little harder, and he puts his will into it, and he starts glitching like he's in the Matrix, like you saw with the priestess in that.
Roll me a D100, please.
Yay! $68.
Oh, almost.
As
Where I owe you one.
So you start to. Everyone else sees Lack almost be in 2 places at once as he does start glitching like the mad priestess that you'd fought back in Cinderbane. Lack, as you find yourself entering the strange Aether world momentarily, you look out and suddenly you can see perfectly clearly throughout this room. You can see the creature hanging down. You can see a skin of magic connecting the black statue in the middle of the palm to each of the fingers, and they seem to be tying into what looks to be some kind of gateway. And as Seed is pushing into it, you can see this energy coalescing in the palm of the hands. You look over and you can also see in the very eastern corner where Ripper is putting his glaive, the sigil that Faeza had seen that was the corresponding mark to the one on the blade is starting to glow a sickly green.
Oh god.
I'm going to say you have used your action to activate it, I believe.
Yeah, that's an action. So can I use my bonus action to shout out as much of that as I can see? Portal, sickly green spear. I don't know what's going on.
Ripper, you are up.
Where's the sickly green portal?
So the portal is currently forming where Seed is. In front of you, the sickly green sigil is the corresponding shield, so the opposite one to the one that's on your weapon. So you've got the hanging lantern. This is the upturned one, like a hook, is glowing in this statue. When you look at it, it's not glowing at all.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, there's nothing. I can't really sort of. Ripper is like, no, it's behind you. It's behind you. It's behind you. You know, like when you. This is the worst thing. When you see a spider and then you lose sight of it, and you're like, it's there. I know it's there. I know it's there. I know it's. So he's not going to turn around. He's going to just try and continue to make the statue.
So the hand closes on the shaft at this point. And you see the statue start to melt.
Oh, I've just given this a weapon to kill me with.
And suddenly it drips down. You see the hand clunk drop. You manage to catch your glaive. And standing in front of you looks to be a wooden casket.
Okay. I think that's. I mean, there's nothing. I can just use my bonus action to shout, "There's a wooden casket here!"
Octavius.
I can see that very clearly from here. It's very strange.
Can I see what's going on at Ripper? Because the big thumb's in the way.
You cannot, no.
No. Okay. Then I stand up. I
Yep.
move 10 feet towards the index finger.
Okay.
And I cast Firebolt on the creature.
Make an attack roll, please.
That is 18 plus...
That hits. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that's 2d10. Ooh, pull rolls. Yeah, 7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage as you cast this fire and you see it hit and sear into the flesh. That looks like it really hurt it.
I call out with my bonus action, fire seems to do something to the creature.
Okay, as we are back to the top of the round, and the creature is diddle-a-diddle-a-ding, going to continue to writhe down. Seed, you are closest to it. It is going to take 3 attacks against you. For an 18, a dirty 20, and another dirty 20. I'm assuming all 3 of those hit. Okay. Sorry, a lot of dice. You take 21 points of acid damage as this maw just kind of spits out globules of black that just hit you, and you feel dissolving on your skin.
Sorry, I was distracted for a second. Is that me? Hit me?
No, Seed.
Oh, thank God. Oh, that's terrible.
Brad, team player, mate. Team player.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, gosh.
Acting.
I'm a professional. Right. That is, the creature is then going to move on the ceiling. And you just see it slither over. At this point, your disadvantages will have worn off for everyone now who was frightened. So, Faeza, you are up. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm in. I think. So I'm right next to Ripper, aren't I? Where this,
Yes.
where this casket is.
Yeah.
I think I might do a little investigation, as part of my action, and just have a look and see what this is. Because
Okay, this will be your action to investigate.
Take the money or open the box.
I don't know. This is the thing. I'm like, well, because
Okay, you make an investigation
just-
roll.
Yeah.
Open the box.
Follow your
Open
gut.
the box.
Follow your
I
gut.
don't want to. I don't know if I want to open it.
No, but like, yeah, are the locks on the
See if we can
outside
find
or the
anything.
inside?
I need
Does
to
it
know.
look
It
like
was.
a
Well, it
tomb?
was.
Does it look like a...
It was sickly
yeah,
green,
jail?
which
What
is
is
a
it?
bit
Yeah.
scary. It's also like. Have
We don't know it was sickly green. It was only.
Yeah. What? No, because
called it out.
Max shouted out.
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Sorry,
You
yeah.
called
Yeah.
out
I bet
sickly
I did.
green, and then you looked and went, "Not sickly green."
No, fair play, fair play, fair play. All right, I would, yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm
Okay.
gonna check out this box and see if it's something that looks like it's some kind of tomb. Is it this Bellion? Who knows? Let's find out. Oh, fudge it. That's not great. I got 16.
16. You look at the casket, and you can see that it has been cracked open already.
Oh
The
no.
side of it has been loosened. You also notice with the 16, that is a very familiar wood. You haven't seen that wood since you were home.
Oh, okay.
It looks like somewhere that you would love to go on pilgrimage.
Oh, what? Oh God! Now I'm so confused. I don't know what to do.
So I'd
Above
say
the
you've
table.
had a quick look. You've still
Um,
got something. If you wanted to try and open the casket or walk away from the casket, you can still do that as part of your action.
Are there any symbols or anything
open
over
the
it? Did I notice
box.
anything that's marked?
No.
Open the box.
What's in the box? What's in the
God.
box?
Oh my god! If you guys get me
Open the
killed,
box.
I love Faeza. If you get her killed,
Don't listen to Ryan
You're
or
gonna open the
Ripper.
box.
Both people you should never listen to.
God, I don't know. I don't want to open a box.
It's already cracked.
Oh,
It's
hold
already
on,
cracked.
hold on. I think because Faeza would know
Yeah.
that if it's similar to the holy tree, she would know that the holy tree was used to seal the darkness in the
Yeah.
thing. So maybe that is not a good thing to open. So, but it's already cracked, isn't it?
It is very
already
it's
cracked.
clearly, you can see it has previously been opened.
Oh,
Is
it's
it-
previously been opened.
Is
Okay.
anything
That's what I mean,
spilling
it's
out of
really
it? Does it look like
really
anything's
cracked.
coming out
So-
of it? Or
Yeah.
I think we're
So-
fighting it.
Is there any way to see that if there's any contents in there still, or if
Not without
it's
opening it.
empty? Damn it! These rules make this game. Why has it got rules?
it's just the rules of physics, right?
Open the box.
I'm not opening
Open
it.
the
I'm
box.
not
Well, if
opening
you're not
it.
going to do it, I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
do it on my
use my
turn.
bonus
That's more of a
action.
Ripper move to
I'm
open the
gonna
box
use.
than it
I'm
is a
gonna
Faeza.
deliberately use my bonus action and say, "Do not open this box."
That is
Ripper
the
opens
wrong
the box.
thing to say to Ripper.
Okay, Toots doing anything?
like, Toots will. It's not a lot she can do, in terms of because everything's hanging. So it's like she's kind of more of a she doesn't have anything to throw or anything like that. But perhaps she can. I think.
She's
No,
going to take
she's just
essentially
gonna-
her ready action again.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the ready action. Just be there, ready to defend. Really, I think that's all that she can do.
Okay.
Mm.
Ignis is going to look up at this creature and go,
I didn't want to use it, but fire. Okay, I got some fire.
and he's going to close his eyes, reach up, pull his arm back again and go,
Melt your fucking eyeballs out.
and throw a fireball at the creature. He's only going to use a 3rd level slot because that's all he's got. The creature is making its dex save and fails. So that is, oh my god, all the d6. 8d6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's almost like I'm a wizard who always keeps his fireball dice handy. Oh, not a bad roll. So, Ignis deals 15, 24, 25, 32 points of fire
Nice.
damage,
Average.
doubled as this blaze hits the creature and an entire side of it just seems to go up in flames. And for the first time, anyone who's looking, maybe Ignis isn't a joke. And goes,
Oh, well, his eyes are still intact, but that was pretty bloody good, eh?
he is going to back the fuck up and try and use one of the fingers for cover. Seed. It is your turn. 6, you're on deck.
So I'm assuming from where I am, I can see the portal.
You are starting to see kind of coagulating energy around the basin of this statue now. You can see it kind of start to shimmer and start to shake.
So, if it's okay, as sort of almost like I don't know whether this would be a bonus action or free action, I want to see what would now happen if I removed my hands from contact.
As you remove your hands, instantly it goes dark.
Okay.
The energy completely drains away.
This might be the wrong hunch, but I'm going to put my hands back on.
Okay.
But being a bard, I would then like to use my vocal abilities to turn and cast my fairy fire on the creature. As Seed may not have conventional fire, but this is still rather useful fire for
Okay,
everyone else.
I believe it's a deck save.
Yes, it is a deck save. So the way that Seed casts
Fails.
this is they turn and instead of the drumming that you're all used to hearing, they sing a long single note that seems to kind of almost slide up and down, and as it does so, the fire kind of snakes out, whips round, and starts wrapping itself around the creature.
Unknown reason, Ripper just starts.
And it absolutely does as the creature fails, and suddenly you all see about 40 feet worth of slime suddenly wreathed in fairy fire.
Oh, he's big. Okay.
And you see all over it tiny mouths.
Tiny mouths.
See, that's your turn. 6. You are on deck. Oh, sorry, Seed. As you cast that spell while still touching the statue, where it completely died and you'd first reached out and you'd seen it just slowly start to begin again. What level did you cast Fairy Fire at?
So it was actually at 2nd level because that was the slot that I had available.
You suddenly see the statue aglow again, like it had been when all 3 of you had been touching it and Octavius had firebolted it. Suddenly, the magic returns very speedily. 6, you were up.
Okay. The creature is how far in the air now? Is
30 feet.
It's 30 feet in the air. Would I be able to, thinking about the sort of, I've got the boots of springing, can I spring up to the top of one of the fingers?
What is your jumping height with a run-up?
I think vertical leap was like 60, wasn't it?
I have quite a good vertical leap, yeah, if I remember
What was
correctly.
your vertical leap?
Let's have a look. It is under my notes. High jump. With a 10-foot run up, it's 24 feet.
So with a 10-foot run up, you could jump onto the top of the pinky. I'm going to ask you to make an athletics check to try and stay balanced. Or an acrobatics check. It should be acrobatics, really, but I'll let you have athletics, as it could be like core strength.
Thank you,
on
because
there.
I got 25 on that, so I'm happy
Okay.
with that.
So, Lack, you just see your brother take a step back. You think, where's he going? And everyone just jumps up and balances on the top of this little finger. You are
That's
now...
impressive, brother. You've been watching closely.
You are now...
It's all in the boots,
within 5
brother.
feet.
All in the boots.
You are within melee range of that creature.
Perfect. In that case, I will stand atop the pinky, slowly, put my shield behind me, bring the butcher's shield out in front of me, and as an action, I will attack this thing with the butcher's shield.
Nice. Go for it.
That's a natural 20. 29 in total. I got a natural 20.
With a natural 20. I'm going to remind you about the ability
Oh,
on the thing.
don't worry. This time I've remembered. I'm going to... does it... I might do it on my second attack, though.
No, do it on your critical.
Oh, no, yes, of course.
Crits.
That I do
Okay,
need help
do it on
with.
the
Yes,
crit.
thank you. Yes.
Do it on the critical.
So,
I appreciate the help.
your butcher's dice, which is 2d12, which is instantly maxed, so it's 12. Then
Plus
re-roll.
5d4. Is that right?
So, yeah, so 5 4s plus 20. Then re-roll 2d6 and 5d4.
Okay, that's the 2d6 re-roll. That's 14.
Yep.
And then I'm rolling the 5d4, which is 16.
So that's 30 plus the 20 points plus the 12. What's your attack mod?
Plus 6.
Plus 6.
Thanks.
Plus
I
another
don't
6.
know how you guys know when I don't.
So that's 20, 40,
this could be
52.
a chunky round.
Combined lightning and slashing damage, 58 points of magical damage in one round. An absolute stonker. And as you hit the creature, it falls crashing into the ground by Lack.
Can I? So also during that attack, so maybe I can. Maybe it's like because it's the execution mod I'm adding. I'm going like that, down, bang with the blade. I'm gonna use a distracting strike on it.
Okay.
So I expend my superiority die. That's 7 extra points of damage on that. Just because I thought, let's try and make it as much as I've
65.
possibly done.
That's a hell of a hit.
It's the most I've done, I think, so far.
Do you get to double that as well?
No.
Not the superiority die. No.
He's got a second attack still.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna leap on that motherfucker. I'm gonna jump down on that thing.
Yeah, make a leaping attack.
Yeah, action surge as well.
Oh, I could do, but I'm gonna save that. Just to
Yeah,
let
there might be
everybody
another
know.
boss after this one.
My distracting strike. The next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than myself has advantage if the attack is made before my next turn.
Okay.
So someone
That's
else
good to know.
can have
Thank you.
advantage. So I'll do a leaping attack, please, with the butcher's shield. That is slightly less impressive. It's 15 to hit.
15 misses. So as you drop
Does
down,
fairy fire give everyone advantage to hit?
it does give everyone advantage. Well remembered.
Hey, whoa!
Reroll.
Let's see if it actually does any better though. Oh, let's not discuss the natural one. But because it's advantage, it would just be the 15, right?
Yeah, of course. So you drop down, and it's not that you don't hit it because you've got a fucking big block of metal. It kind of goes into the creature, but it kind of goes into one of the bits of the creature that's already kind of sloughing and severed off from the fire and the flames and the fairy fire. So you kind of manage to right yourself on the ground, doing a not insubstantial amount of damage to it in one turn. Is that your turn?
Where do I end up? Can I...
So you've jumped onto that. Essentially, you have jumped down and you are right at the edge of the creature like that. So
has it taken a reaction this round, the creature? Do we know?
Yeah, it has not yet, no.
I'll stay between myself and Lack, I think. At this stage,
okay.
Yeah.
Lack, it is your turn then.
Well, I'm just utterly impressed with my brother, seeing him in action. And I'm glitching all over the shop, but I'll be glitching and with 6 arms, which then turn into like 18 arms because I'm glitching all over the shop. So it, as a bonus action, I will do that. Spend the key point to do that, and then it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. That is a 28.
Okay, so that's probably saved. And then I will hit it from there because I can.
Okay.
Now that my brother's standing there, I've got 10-foot reach with my arms.
With advantage from Fairy Fire and the superiority die.
Sweet. So, first attack is a 23.
Hits.
Second attack is a 26.
Hits.
And the third attack from my arms is... Roll. Oh, jeez, they've got better and better. 27.
27. Roll damage 3 times.
Okay. And this is force damage.
Okay.
1, 2. Oh, get out of the way. It keeps building up. 3. Not quite as impressive as my brother, but it's still 29 points of damage. Like, but over my brother's shoulders. So as he stood there, these arms come in and out.
As you do that, I need you, Six, and Seed to make Dex saving throws for me, please.
Okie dokie. $26.
Okay.
Which saving throw? Sorry.
Dex. DC is 18.
Oh, nat 20. 22. Oh, I'm rolling pretty well today. I'm going to take that.
How do you do, Seed?
14.
14. So you take the full 17 points of acid damage as Lack is smashing into this creature with his spectral arms. The others, you take half that. Okay.
Half how much, sorry?
What did I say, 14?
7.
7. So you take 7 points of acid damage. As Lack, you are pounding this creature to a pulp. In fact, you keep pounding, and as you're pounding, your fists glow with the white of the spear. And the creature's just disintegrating left and right, and soon it fizzles into a horrendous puddle on the floor that then, fairy fly burning it, turns to ash and floats through the ceiling. The creature appears to be dead and disappeared.
Don't like that word. Appears to be dead.
Appears to be
Don't like
dead,
that
eh?
word.
Ripper.
Sorry, yeah. Can I?
You're up.
Yeah, Ripper's up next. So
Using his namesake is going to rip open the casket.
No.
You reach out and you
Phase to react.
pull it open. Make a strength check.
I want to basically how can I describe this? I want to Brendan Fraser it. So if there's something in there, I want to be like, uh-oh, wrong casket, and then show it again.
Sure. Make a strength check.
Whoa! I love
Make
it.
a strength check.
Yeah.
No, I can't. It's a
What's the
4.
score? It's a 4.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh no, it's not. Is what does fairy fire? Does fairy fire work? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. That's a 20.
So it kind of sticks, and then you pull it off. The casket is completely empty.
Ripper's just going to throw the thing to the side.
Okay, Octavius.
Where did the creature go? And I sort of move past
Make a
Seed.
perception check.
Yeah, I sort of try and move past Seed looking for it because I couldn't see it behind Pinky and
Okay.
all the hands. That's
So you move past Seed. Okay.
11. That's a shame. Low roll.
You hear a low rumbling.
God.
Something's moving.
As it gets back to the top of the round, unless you'd like to do anything particular, you've taken your perception check.
That was my action, wasn't it? So
Yep.
I will use my bonus action to summon the bird 15 feet south of Lack.
Okay, so the bird pops in with a explosion 15 feet south. As it then gets to the top of the round, roof tiles start falling in slowly. The floor starts shaking again, and you can see the walls wobbling, and you hear Ignis shouting,
Guys, I don't think we should stay here too long. Something is not right.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Faeza, what would you like to do?
I think we kind of should leave. I don't know. I think that's probably a good idea. Is there any exit other than the one that we came through?
No,
Can we
not that
see?
you can see.
She's going to move towards. She's going to move a full 25 foot towards
10, 15,
the exit.
20, 25. Okay.
Yeah.
As you start running
And
towards it,
Toots.
the roof in the cavern down that void collapses and blocks.
So the exit is blocked.
Exit is now blocked.
Lovely.
You appear to
Okay.
be trapped in this room.
Okay, so she's gonna use her bonus action to reply to Ignis Day and said, "We can't get out. How do we get out?"
I can't get us out of here. I'm too tired. Sorry, if you give me 8 hours. But I don't think we got 8 hours.
No, we don't. What? I think that's it, isn't it? She's got an action, hasn't she? Can she well, from where she is now, can
Make
she
a
see what's
perception check.
happening? Can she see what's happening with Seed in the portal? Or you knew what I was going to ask. Was that a way out? I don't know. Or is something coming through it? I don't know. Ah, bugger. 9 plus 4. I got 13.
13. Weird magic's coming off Seed. Don't know what's going on. Something's weird over there.
Dagnabbit. That's her moves. Toots is gonna come in to close to 5 foot next to Faeza. That's probably gonna be that. for
Okay.
her.
Ignis is going to run up then to Seed and look at what's going on and go,
This is probably crazy, but
and he's going to use his last spell slot to actually use detect magic on the portal to see if he can identify what's happening. He goes,
okay. That's definitely a portal. I don't know where it goes, but this is definitely the kind of magic that's gonna take us places. So, I got some good news and some bad news, folks. Someone's got to keep this thing going so the rest of us can get out of here.
Ooh.
Eesh.
and that is going to be his turn. Seed, you are up.
So at the moment, is the portal sort of fully open, or does it seem like there's still more
It's
that
still
needs to
growing.
be pumped in?
with the detect magic, it grows suddenly. And you can now feel the connection to the magic, and you know that if you kind of let go, it's just going to reset, and it's going to take time to build up again. And with your dwindling resources, you feel like it's close. It's really close.
Okay, so then rather than lose any contact with the statue, so Seed's pretty much on their last legs at this point. The acid damage has actually nearly finished them off. Their clothing would be in absolute tatters, their skin is sloughed off, but they don't seem to notice as they just keep pushing against the statue. And using their last bardic inspiration, again, they can't reach their drum without losing contact with the statue, so instead that single note that they were trying to use earlier for the fairy fire kind of bubbles up again, but this time it's kind of stronger and it's rising and it's getting louder and higher, and it's as though Seed's trying to find some kind of vibration with the statue to try and push as much energy as possible into it and get it open as fast as possible.
Okay, I'm actually going to drop you out of initiative now and say we are still in a semi-timed event as the ceiling and the floor are starting to shake and the room is going around you. Seed is pouring magic into this statue that is starting to really glow, and you see on the tips of each of the fingers magic kind of starting to arch over the hands. What would everyone like to do?
I'd like to shout out to Ignis. Ignis, we came to cure the plague. We can't just run away just now.
I think we killed the thing that was causing the plague, eh? He said it was in some creepy thing. That was a big creepy thing. He's dead.
Gosh.
And back to leaving someone behind. Wait, what?
I mean, this thing, I saw see when they took their hand off it. The magic went. If we need to keep the portal open, someone's gonna have to power it.
But wait, if Seed's already powering it, then that means she can't take her hands off it already.
Or one of us takes over, maybe? I don't know if it works. It's a bloody creepy statue.
I'll do it. Slack, take Mother. And he starts to take off his urn to give to Lack.
Six, I don't want to be rude, but he needs a magic user, man. Like, you're good with swords, but you're not really like a, hey, here's a spell.
Well, Ignis, surely the best wizard in the land would be able to plug this gap without us having to sacrifice someone.
I mean, I don't really... Look, I don't want to die, guys. I got a lot to still explore. I got eyeballs to melt. I could stay.
Ripper's gonna walk over to Seed and sort of like put his arm on her shoulder and give her like a look. And to see if it will charge any more. I am gonna heal her just for flavor to cast a healing spell on her to see if that magic will help her sustain.
Which spell are you casting?
I was gonna cast Cure Wounds.
So as you release your healing magic, you feel it leave you, hit Seed, and does nothing.
Ooh.
Ripper, I know you're trying to help, and I don't have time to explain right now, but it's not going to work.
But it always works.
Ripper, I never wanted to tell you, but healing me is a little more complicated than that. It's okay. It's okay.
Faeza, can't you maybe use one of your items just to keep magic, like your little thing that makes... Could you not have that and put that in place?
Well, we need the right... Because we've had a chat in the cave before. We need the right materials, and I don't have anything. I can do this though. And she's gonna recast the magic tinkering on the light for Seed, and so Cure Wounds didn't work, did it? maybe we can try and. She's got one of the sending stones as well. I don't know. What can we do? I'm trying to think of a way that.
What do you mean materials, Faeza? What is this?
I try putting my hand on the statue and see if it takes my magic.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Oh no. Oh no, it's a 7.
As you reach out, you feel that whatever has started, it's going to be difficult for you to take it over. You could try.
I realise it's not taking my magic. I look over at Seed and say, "Are you sure?"
All I know is if I take my hands off right now and this closes, we might have lost the last chance you all have. I think you need to go.
I'll not let you go alone, and the bird moves over and sits on her shoulder as I stand back.
This is madness. Why are we doing this? Like, there must be a way around this.
Ripper's gonna tear some of his cloak off and tie it around, like give it, like say a little prayer, give it a little kiss, tie it around Seed's arm, nod at her, and walk over to Lak and just put his hand on Lak's shoulder and just be like, "You have to." What I mentioned about faith earlier is that sometimes you just have to believe.
Faeza's heard this bit. She's gonna take her little tree ornament out, and she's gonna go to Seed, and she's gonna put it in her little pouch of bones that's hanging off her, and say, I don't know what else to do, but maybe we can connect with this or something. Maybe we can find you with this, or do something. And maybe this is temporary. Maybe.
Faeza,
yes.
would you take my drum?
Oh, okay.
And, if you do find the center in Hawthorne, you could give it back to him.
If you want that, then yeah, of course. But we'll find you again. Like this is we'll find another something, and then I'll tell you what, I'll hold on to it, and then you can give it to him, and then we'll find him and my center. So
sure.
Okay.
Point the rocks start to fall a little bit closer. You feel the quaking, and Seed from the statue. The creature's mouth opens. A shaft of light, purple light, shoots out through you, through your torso, against the opposite wall, and shimmers to purple.
Keep the light stone. Keep that. Don't let it. It won't go out. You keep that. And then we'll I'll give you your drum back, and you can give me my tree back.
Come on, everybody, let's get out of here. And Six sees that there's only one course of action, and that they may all be in peril if this route isn't taken. And he's trying to round people up.
Ignis looks over towards Seed.
Keep singing, eh? Hey, I really melted his fucking eyes off, eh?
And just
Weren't kidding.
runs to the portal.
Well, he goes nothing.
Jumps through.
Toots is going to come over as well to Seed. No, she can't touch her, but she's going to give it a little nod. And Faeza's going to say, Seed, you're the best human I ever met. And she's going to sadly sort of leave. But I will find you. It'll be okay. Don't worry. And then go through the portal.
Ripper's following.
I'm proud to have known you, Seed. And I follow through the portal. The bird's still on her shoulder.
Lak's got true sight now, hasn't he? So he walks straight up to Seed. And whilst he can't touch her with his physical hands, all of his other hands reach out to just gently just touch the other side of her face. And he says, I see you, Seed. And I love you. I'll never forget you. And then all of the arms sort of, they just stand outside of her. And then he turns and leaves, unwrapping one of his hand wraps as he does so.
Six has been standing by the portal and he's sort of ushering people in. If he looks at Seed, what does he see?
Ragged, torn Seed, cloak destroyed, magic pouring through their torso, channeling the portal. You see what looks like tiny animal bones falling out from under their top.
He says, you have taught these people, your friends, the greatest gift of all, and that is of consequence. To me, you have taught me music. I will sing your song, and in doing so, we will see you again. And he glances at the animal bones. He takes in the last scene of Seed and leaves.
So at this point, having kind of heard and kind of accepted everything that everyone's given them, Seed kind of can't really bring themselves to watch as everyone's kind of leaving through the portal. So they turn back and they sort of close their eyes and they begin to hum. And if anyone can hear it over the sound of the falling rubble, it's every song that they sang with the party over and over, comforting themselves as they press the hands into the statue.
Six, you're the last one out. As you step through the portal, that moment where the worlds collide, before that sucking field pulls you forward, you look back to see rocks falling around. Seed humming, holding her power, the power as it thrums through them. And then blackness. You all, Octavius, Ripper, Faeza, Lack, Six, Toots, and Ignis, fall out into a black field. Nothing around you. You wait. Six appears. And then
Shakes. I think he would shake his head. That's what he would do.
Octavius, as you all look back where the portal was, your bird appears on your shoulder. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Good episode.
That got a bit real, folks. That got a bit real. So, you have defeated and found the cause of one of the plagues.
Feel like a victory, that does it?
No.
Me.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. It was a good game, folks. You did well on the puzzles.
Thank you.
You're muted.
I thought I
Ryan.
was going to lose my staff at one point. I was like,
I could
oh
see
man,
that was your biggest concern.
It's just giving me. I'm like,
Instead,
put
we
this
lost
thing
a
in
party
there.
member.
Yeah, slightly
It's
bigger.
very true. Instead, we have lost a party
So-
member.
Would you like to rejoin us?
Yeah.
So,
Oh
folks,
my god, real tears. Real tears.
ladies and gents at home, we hope you've enjoyed it. We do have some news for you all. Becky?
Yes, so as you have all probably guessed at this point, this is my last session on Blood and Song. So yes, I just wanted to have a minute just to say thank you so much to the Blood and Song team for having me. It's been lots of fun playing every week with everyone. And also just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who's obviously been watching and supporting everything so far. And just to wish everybody all the best for what happens with the project in the future.
Well, thank you so much. It has been such an honour, and obviously
Great fun.
life life gets in the way, doesn't it? And as we move post-pandemic, a lot of us are returning to more regular patterns, and it just makes it really hard to keep things the way we always want it to be. But it has been such fun having it at the table, and Seed has been just the best.
And Becki, you've been an integral part of the team. We will all miss you. I will personally miss you, seeing you every Monday, as seeing all of you. But yeah, Becki, you'll be missed. And you know, all the work you put into Blood and Song has been just absolutely top notch, and it all shows on the stream. So,
like our amazing intro made by Becki,
yeah.
of course. Like,
every
so
time you
good.
watch Blood and Song, you'll see Becki's intro. So that's so.
Our break video as well. Made
Yeah.
made
All
by
of those
Becki. and
bits.
our
The
end
music.
credits also
And,
made by
and
Becki.
basically everything. Yeah, basically
Basically,
everything.
God, what's going to happen?
all the cool things.
But yeah, thank you
But
just
we
so
get to
much to everyone, because it's been genuinely really lots of fun, and just, I mean, you know, to be fair, like it's a stream where all the moving parts are so cool and so interesting because everyone's constantly pumping so much into it, and yeah, it's been really nice to kind of be on that sort of project where everyone's just got so many cool ideas and so many cool skills, and it all comes together in this lovely creative mash. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. And yes, obviously I hope that it's going to be just absolutely smashing in the future, and any future plagues will be absolutely showing.
Well, there won't be quite as many songs.
Plagues have been
since
stopped
you've
forever now, right?
And no talking to animals as well. So that's something that we've
my God.
all
That's
missed,
why we
except for
did
Johnny.
Someone has to get that skill.
Somebody needs to talk to the next giant tortoise on my behalf, please.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a very Seed thing, that perhaps we've retired that skill. Martin.
Yeah.
In honor
It's,
of
it's
Seed.
not the last time we are going to see Becki though. Next week
No.
we do have the last of our final special episodes that Becki had. Becki was the head of the table on that one, so as if this hurrah for Becki and Seed left us feeling quite somber. I can guarantee that the game that she created and ran, that you guys get the amazingness of watching next week, that you get to see her bring all this joy and energy in this amazing atmosphere, and that is Becki's last true hurrah. on
Definitely
Blood and
one of
And
joy.
we'll all
and
be
pleasure.
getting drunk in the chat.
Because
that one's not live
We'll have
like
our
this one,
celebrations
so-
and our
Yeah.
booze for next Monday. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like
So
grand
if
finale,
you
man.
want to join us and make your constitution checks,
Let us know, people, what was your favorite moment?
Yeah, your
Seed.
favorite Seed
Favorite
quote.
What was your favorite Seed
moment?
moment? Let us
Yeah,
know.
please.
Come and tell us on Twitter at Bloodsong Party. Let us know what your most favorite Seed moment was out of the 30 episodes we've done so far. There's plenty. I
There's so
can
many.
already give you so many off the top of
Isn't
my head
it funny
already.
that sort of, in many ways, one of the more obscure, the humanness of your character was very obscure, but the humaneness of your character was probably the highest in the group. Like,
Clearest, yeah.
I feel like definitely for a while we'll be losing our
The
the
moral
real human
centre.
element, the real the real
Faeza's the
human
only
element to
moral
Blood and
centre
Song.
left
So.
now.
Everyone's
He's
going to
got
be
a
opening
dark side.
boxes everywhere.
Yeah. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure. Sorry to leave it a little bit somber tonight, ladies and gents, but all heroes need to have a downturn so that they can rise again stronger. We'll see what happens, because they have definitely now cured all the
All of the
plagues.
plagues.
Well, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
We'll go home
The
now,
whole
right?
world.
Well, you know who we do need to thank as well is Sirenscape for their wonderful sounds tonight, helping us bring that emotional ending to life. Thank you, Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. You can find a link in our description to all the sound sets we use. Consider that. Thank you to Foundry VTT for hosting, and for D&D Beyond for where we run our character sheets. It's all proper good. Right, where can people check us out if they want to comment on how tragic this is?
You can find us at Bloodsong Party on Twitter or Blood and Song on Facebook and Instagram. We have a Reddit community as well, where you can come and share all of your amazing fan art of Seed as well.
And Becki will not be constrained by the creativity of Blood and Song. She's spreading her creative wings ever since I've known her over a variety of disciplines. She's very talented. So the next ventures that Becki goes into, we will be, with your permission, sharing them and promoting them, and you'll be able to see what Becki's getting up to in and around leaving us.
Absolutely. Still one of the Blood and Song family, always.
Always.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, may the great goddess guide you in all that you do. Have a lovely week. Good night.